Wake up, gamers, because you're listening to the Big Think Dimension with Dan and Bob Video Games.
Spanky's quest will continue until morale improves.
Oh no.
KZ Excellent.
I'm Adverb about noun.
And Mr. Feel.
Wake up, Peter. I'm going to throw a car at you, Lamau.
Here on GigaBoots.
So, Bob,
Yeah.
I have Podlords telling me, hey, we're getting emails from Stadia.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're getting emails from Stadia. It says, hey, check this out. I'm going to read the headline verbatim.
Okay.
Become a Ubisoft Plus founder to enjoy a special price that lasts a lifetime. And then it says,
What?
Get access to Ubisoft games on Stadia.
Is that a threat?
So for people who don't know, Ubisoft Plus is a channel you subscribe to on Stadia.
So I still need to pay for a Stadia fee
Uh-huh.
and then this fee.
Well, if you want good video quality. Oh my God. Remember 1080p, like YouTube tier 1080p is free.
Ooh,
Sure.
You only pay for 4K.
that seems neat.
That didn't look like 1080p when we played it, but sure.
It really does. So here's the special. You want to hear the special lifetime offer?
I do.
Yes.
If you sign up as a Ubisoft Plus founder,
Uh-huh.
you get to pay $3 less than normal. You get to pay only $15 a month.
Why is it a month?
Because you're getting locked in at this great founder's price.
That's like... that seems the same for just the Ubisoft titles. I feel like you could get Ubisoft titles elsewhere for cheaper.
That's also not fair. They delay their games all the time.
Yes, that's true. But obviously you're going to keep going back through and playing the same games over and over. For the record, Game Pass Ultimate is $15 a month.
Whoa.
Yeah, I
Game
thought-
Pass Ultimate gives you the access to the EA stuff too. Like they put that in there.
And the PC stuff.
Uh-huh. So
And the cloud streaming.
if
They're
you're-
insane.
If you're gonna pick something, you're gonna pick Game Pass and not Stadia.
And not
Stadia is an Ubisoft membership.
Yeah,
Ubisoft's
Ubisoft.
membership within Stadia, so it's gonna end up being $800 a month.
I feel like saying I'm a Ubisoft Plus founder is a scarlet letter, and then every person who says that should be hunted.
So don't worry, there are none.
Yeah, thank God.
Someone buying things on Stadia is already low likelihood.
Did
Buying an extra Stadia subscription.
There's
What?
only so many Google employees, Bob.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you notice they stopped? Did you notice the Google employees stopped trying to AstroTurf / start arguments and be defensive on Twitter?
Yeah,
God,
they got
did they?
fired.
Yeah, they shut down a lot of that division.
Yes.
But yeah, no, they stopped popping up every time people mention Stadia. I haven't seen it all year, basically.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
shutting
moved
down in
on.
a
They
couple
moved on to
weeks.
the next thing. That's the future.
no, because they're a Google employee. So they're
Well, yeah, they moved on to the new streaming service that they're in development at Google right now that will replace Stadia.
It was
No,
it was really weird when the guy
YouTube 2.
in charge over there, I can't remember which Phil Harrison. There we go.
Okay.
Which Phil?
The dude, it's
Yeah,
just
which
the meme
fell.
of the Grim Reaper going into every one of the rooms.
Yes.
It's just every place he's ever worked.
Yes.
Xbox One, Stadia.
I remember him being like, well, we have these developed technologies for Stadia that could be used to help other people with their gaming solutions. And I'm like, you mean servers? Like,
Don't call them servers. That makes it sound like old. We have something new, we swear.
it's the cloud in a can.
Yo!
Oh.
But seriously, I have no idea what the fuck he meant by that.
Yeah, I don't think he did either.
Oh,
it was,
yeah,
on,
he
it was on the
absolute-
teleprompter, and that was it.
Yeah, and of course, this was to deflect against them shutting down studios.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is also the same person who said stuff like, we have predictive technology to know what you're going to press before you press it, or something, so we can have negative input lag.
It's oh, that's really cool. So you're running every instance possible for me doing every possible input on this controller. Do you realize a 10-bit by 10-bit X and Y axis on an analog stick alone would create an entire render farm necessary to run my one game?
We got the precogs from Minority Report just to figure out what you're going to press.
Yeah, just rolling the ball down all the way, and it just says A.
And all that together gives you 45 frames of input lag.
And then Tom Cruise looks at the A and he goes, "No, what?"
I like this. Can we just keep going with this?
Is there like a weird influencer cult I have to be a part of where people will just animate every dumb hypothetical we say?
I wish that would be the best.
Yeah, it might be the best cult. Who knows? Not a part of it.
We get to that part where you're Tom Cruise and you have to take your eyeballs out, but they're still not the right color because everyone says your eyes are brown.
See, the great thing is that means you're the homeless man, but with red and blue glasses.
Yeah.
I think this is a good time to bring up. I have not seen Minority Report.
Oh, really? It's actually good.
Yes.
Weird.
Yeah.
I got to find out if that's on like Blu-ray or something.
No shit. I am convinced because I'm pretty sure this is how the last time we had this conversation went. Bob would not watch Minority Report under my recommendation because I had shown him 2 movies where the twist was the main character schizophrenic.
It wasn't like 2 in a row.
It was 2 in a row, and because that was the same time I was like, no, Minority Report's really good. He was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
This is like really funny, honestly, and I'm gonna buy Minority Report on Blu-ray.
Oh, that could look really good. I wonder if it's on 4K.
Yeah, I'll have to do more research on that before I buy this $10 normal one.
Look, Bob, you can't say the one I showed you that was like Stephen King thing, Secret Window.
Yeah.
You can't say that wasn't worth it because that led to a lifetime of you stole my story.
It did, but oh my god, it was kind of bad.
What?
I'm gonna have to watch that with KZ now.
Oh no, Bob, you gotta come too.
Oh no. I mean, it's not going to be too different. I saw this turn coming like 10 minutes into the movie.
Oh no, that's the worst.
Bob, you're spoiling it for KZ. And I kind of spoiled it for the viewers before that.
Do you want to mark it with a timestamp?
No, absolutely.
Spoilers for Secret Window.
Guys, I respect a lot of art. I respect a lot of mediums. Secret Window is not a thing we should hold as sacred. I'm sorry if you were holding on to that. You're like, Jesus, that was at the end of my list of movies to watch with Johnny Depp in it. Now that we've spoiled a Johnny Depp movie, let's move on to talk about COVID fries.
Yeah, COVID fries.
They need a jingle.
I'm excited to hear about this.
This is intense.
For people who don't know, COVID fries is the new thing over at Wendy's. They said they're fries for the COVID era, and I wanted to burn down their headquarters. So we're just calling them COVID fries from now on because if they put that in their press release, they deserve way worse than having their product associated with COVID. For fuck's sake, they put COVID era as a phrase into my head.
Yes.
But anyways, Wendy's has optimized and re-engineered fries. And we tried it. I was shocked that it was rolled out so quickly.
Yeah, no, they just got those things in.
Yeah, their fucking food scientists were like, we got it. And then they just launched it within like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think the full rollout, I guess, is supposed to be by the end of September.
Okay.
And then
So
by
we're-
next month, they're going to start putting it in other countries.
So somehow our shithole Wendy's is one of the blessed ones.
Yeah, I guess.
Because we got it here on day 2 of September. But yeah, no. So the idea here is that these French fries are going to stay crispier longer and are fresher, like hotter. Mm-hmm. That's the concept. That's what they're selling us on. Now, me and Bob, I don't know about KZ, we'll take a poll real quick. What do you think about the original Wendy fries? I think they're pretty fucking bad. Bob?
They're probably the worst fast food French fry.
KZ?
They're pretty low. They're just way too salty and always overcooked.
Yeah, they have a real, like, instant mashed potatoes have more flavor than these potatoes do, and the skin is like not crispy at all.
Yeah, they're always like weirdly soggy. Like they try to be fresh cut French fries from like a real restaurant, but they're nothing like those. Yeah, like you can tell what their image of what they're made in, but they are not that at all.
I'm like, they're about as close to that as I am. Like fucking me sticking chicken nuggets in a mac and cheese and calling it chicken parmesan.
Yes.
Hey, I go fancy ever since she suggested air fried popcorn shrimp in a bowl of macaroni.
Yeah, absolutely. That shit rocks.
Yes, it does.
Throw some hot sauce on that, you're fucking set. Still, I gotta say that the Walmart deli has a real way with popcorn shrimp that makes it better than like even the air fryer stuff. I don't know, something about it. So, Phil, what are your thoughts on Wendy's pre-COVID fries?
They were pretty bad. Like, they're part of the reason I hardly go to Wendy's. I really wish. I'm glad that they have new fries now. I've been hoping they'd just be like, our breakfast fries, those are just our normal fries now.
Yeah, because those
were making actual good fries is also acceptable.
Yeah, because those fries were just better. Those were better than their normal fries.
Yeah. And they're going for a really similar thing, just even more rustic cut.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's blow the doors off this fucking house. Yo, these fries are really good.
I was shocked. Bob seemed to have good vibes. I put it in my mouth and I went, what do you mean?
Yeah, they're not allowed to do this.
Those two were positive. I hear them being like, whoa, wow. And I'm like, fuck you. What the fuck do you two know about fries? I stick it in my mouth and I'm like, these are like the original Burger King fries
Dan?
when they reinvented them.
Dan?
They're what? What?
Dan, you need to understand.
Yeah.
This is... I'm thinking about all the fries I've had.
Yeah.
This was the best set of fries I've had in the past 10 years.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, oh my God.
I'm just scared they won't maintain this.
I know.
Like, it seems way too good.
I know. This and their nuggets, I'm like, this is fucking good.
Yeah. This is great. The only thing I need is for them to inexplicably start serving mac and cheese.
Oh my God. Could you imagine chili mac and cheese?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, what is wrong with them? Why don't they do it?
I don't know. They need brilliant influencers like us.
This was actually worth the fact that me and Bob waited in the drive-thru behind 8 cars.
Yes.
Bob and I are like the fast food version of that kid who, in the Whitest Kid You Know skit that tells George Lucas how episode 7 should go.
And there's mac and cheese.
We're just like, yeah, what if you had mac and cheese? And they're like, oh, what else?
Yeah, what's great is when you first said Whitest Kid You Know sketch, I'm like, please don't be about eating all the hot dogs. And it's just us eating Wendy's fries 45 times per day.
So that's already 5 and you haven't gotten to work yet. Oh, yeah. I guess you're right.
And then I have my snack, my second snack and lunch.
But yeah, no, these fries are really good, Phil. I'm hypercritical on Wendy's fries. I am hypercritical on modern Burger King fries, which are not as good as they used to be. These are as good as Burger King fries were when they first reinvented them, if not better, which is fucked.
I have issues with McDonald's.
Yeah.
They're too small.
Yeah.
This is a decent size, and I forgot fries crunch. Yeah. like there's like a crunch and then a wave of potato flavor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They can't take it away from me, Dan.
I know.
I'm excited to try them later, see if they're maintaining the crunch after like that.
Now I'm scared. Now I'm scared to even eat these because I'm like, they'll just be gone in like 2 weeks and they'll never explain why.
I know. I'm scared this was the one time I got to have these.
But think about it this way, right? Uh-huh. Would you want to have never eaten the Burger King fries when they first reinvented them? I think not. So, of course, you should go out and eat these.
Yes.
I'm shivering.
It's like that thing of like, don't you want to be on the forefront, be there, be able to say your video card does ray tracing?
Audience. You need to try these fries because the moment you try these fries, you're going to think about all the fries you had that weren't these fries. And you don't want to waste your life, do you?
I spent that time thinking about every fry I've had recently. I'm like, those crinkle fries I had in an Arby's 2 weeks ago, those were like a 4.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, all you have to do is eyeball those things. Bob, I have an important question.
What's up?
We're between two things we could have had today. Mm-hmm. Do you think next week will the fries be dethroned by
the chicken sandwich taco?
By the Taco Bell chicken sandwich taco?
Of course not. I'm sorry. That thing's going to be a major L.
I know, it's going to be like a 1.
Here's my favorite thing about the chicken sandwich taco, and I'm not sure either of you picked up on this.
Uh-huh.
Here's the reason it's called the chicken sandwich taco.
Huh.
They want to be a part of the chicken sandwich wars that are happening in fast food that's getting covered by influencers.
Yeah, that's clear.
And it's just like, you still called a taco a sandwich, you fucking idiots.
Well, yes, tacos are sandwiches.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Well,
Just like
here's the insane part for me.
And a Pop-Tart.
There's 2 Taco Bells here. The one I would go to because it's the only where near me at all is also a KFC. So what's the fucking point?
That makes it funny. And then you're like, can I get a wrap from KFC?
You should.
Yeah,
you
I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna get the chickens. Oh God, I show up with both. I'm like, okay, is this better than the KFC sandwich I got in the same building?
Oh shit! Do they still serve the double down?
I don't think they
No,
do.
no one will tell you that.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
The double down lasted like 1 month, and they're like, okay, here's that, but in a form a human will consume.
Yeah, but it put a dent in humanity. Like, I think the impact was
yeah,
lasting.
no doubt.
I ate it once, and it's like you get through half of it, and you're like, my legs don't want to work anymore. I need to sit down.
I can feel the numbness already.
It's not like oh, I ate a lot and now I'm tired. It's like my body is shutting down.
You've eaten nothing but pure oil.
The insides of your body's just going.
Like, oil's hard to digest, so I have to imagine just all your body's energy is going to trying to digest this wad.
Yeah, you're just eating. You're working your way through a brick.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to guess whether or not these fries are going to be better than next week's chicken sandwich taco.
Yes.
Bob, you said no way. Or are these fries? Which way do you think?
The fries are going to be way better. This
okay.
chicken sandwich taco is going to be terrible.
KZ?
It'll absolutely be terrible. In terms of score, I feel like it'll be lower by like 7 points.
Okay. I think of course the fries are going to win easily, and I think they're going to win by a margin of like 5 points.
Probably.
Because the fries are like a 9, if not a 10. That chicken sandwich taco is going to be a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've had a good piece of fried chicken from Taco Bell ever. I don't expect them to start.
Is it going to taste like hot dogs, Bob?
I was going to say that they don't fry chicken.
Yeah, they
so that would
only
explain
don't.
it. Yeah. I think the closest they come to doing that is when they were like, we replaced the wrap for your sandwich with a fried slab of chicken.
Yeah, they did that, and it was really not good.
Oh.
I don't know. It was fine. I deserve it.
It was like, what if we just made this really bad chicken nugget that's folded?
I was like, yeah, if I didn't want to beat myself up, I should have prepared food for today.
Slide it down my gullet.
You know, maybe you'd have more time to prepare food, Dan, if you weren't playing certain giant open world games.
But that's fine. That's for another time.
It is.
By the way, to wrap this up from the beginning part of the podcast, I did in fact buy Minority Report on Blu-ray.
Oh, cool. Did you see?
We will be watching it Thursday.
I don't know. We need to. Now that Bill and Ted's is lost, we can watch that.
Oh yeah, double feature: Bill and Ted and Minority Report.
Well, see, it should be a triple feature of Bill and Ted, Bill and Ted, and Bill and Ted.
Yes. Because I bought that triple pack with all 3 movies. So I wanted to see the new one. And Dan's like, I haven't seen the first one.
I haven't seen any of them.
See, there you go.
It's rough.
I don't know how I watched only the second one that many times. That's very funny.
The second one kept coming up on Comedy Central.
That would explain it. Just like the second fucking Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah. The first one also showed up a decent bit, but I think at some point it got replaced entirely by a second film.
Dan, did you play anything that you can talk about publicly now?
No.
Oh, okay, Bob.
I played those betas that came out last weekend.
Actually, they're called Sigmas.
No. Sigma males only walk around in the dark. Keep one hand in their pocket and their other hand always has a toothpick in it.
Drive is just like me for real. Oh,
They all dress and talk like J.C. Denton.
Yes.
You got a single fact to back that up.
What a shame.
What a shame.
So you watched Drive, right, Bob? Is that what you did?
I can't fucking believe one of the streamers' sound clips that they have on their channel is literally from the ending when he goes, no. Awkward pause. Not yet. And I'm like, what? So I'm watching the ending for the first fucking time ever, and I'm like, oh, this thing I've heard 500 times is the ending. Oh my god. So anyways, what betas did
I got to play Call of Duty Vanguard.
Ooh.
Is it good?
They only let me play this one really weird mode they made
This sounds like an E3 event.
Yeah,
like in person.
Yeah, it does feel like something like that where they've done this. They did this last year with the last game, but that was a much more normal thing. Like, okay, it's going to be a 2-on-2 match and it's an elimination, but you do like best first to 10 rounds wins, and just guns change every round. It was like, this is cool.
Yeah,
I'm down for this. This time they were like, let's do this thing where you form teams and there's a buying phase. And you have lives. So you have like 10 lives across however many rounds it takes you to lose those lives. And it randomly matches it up against the other like 5 teams that are in this match. And the whole thing's really weird and clunky as you warp back to the buy zone, which feels like it was made like it's not a menu. It's actually this zone you warp to walk around and buy stuff from the carts. It feels like it's made in a Warcraft 3 map editor. Like, that's how insane this mode feels.
What?
Yeah.
What?
How? What?
Because you have to keep, like, there's no real interface. You have to walk to these things to buy stuff and use menus and all of this bizarre stuff. And it warps you around this larger map instead of loading in something new.
Okay, so it really does feel like the patchwork defense of the ancients. Dota shit.
It does feel like that, or like
it's really weird.
Heroes of Legend or whatever they called the other one.
They only let me play this one mode. It's called Smash Bros. Anyways, they called me Mario even though I had a gun.
Yeah. Like that, like what? You select your character. He's this one is let me see, Lena Inverse.
Oh, and this one's Yoshi. Oh, that Yoshi's fucking wicked.
Yes. So that's weird.
Is this Frank Miller's Yoshi or?
I can't really get a good read on how this game is because
you're having a stroke over the fucking custom map you're playing.
Yes.
When you got into the lobby, did it go beep beep beep, and then people started mashing Geo?
I thought they would. If I played on PC, maybe they would have done that.
You'll help. I'm scared.
Feels like I can't help you. It's fucking RTS.
Yeah. Guess you'll die.
Did we talked about Diablo 2 last week?
Yes.
Good.
That was good stuff.
Yep.
It was.
That very unlike this. Didn't feel like a weird map.
Huh. Weird. That's a weird mode to force people to play.
Yeah, it's like this is the only way to try our game.
I feel like Call of Duty's kind of walking a tightrope this year. So the thought of this is the year to try to force them to play this weird mode is...
I think it's just like last year where they led with that last time when a mode where you didn't get to try messing with any sort of attributes to your guns or do anything you'd normally want to do. So they want to do that again, but last year's mode was normal and not insane.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for a few weeks or months when the next beta goes up and is the video game. The other beta that I played, Riders Republic.
Ooh.
Now, during a recent stream, a recent event, I looked at the trailer and I said, this feels like Fireman?
Burning Man.
Burning Man. But Arctic Sports. And then you started tweeting shit from the game and I went, oh no. I didn't realize how close I was with that fucking...
Yeah, you were very close. Imagine like Burning Man mixed with Ubisoft writing where it's like, you're the new sheriff in town.
You're the new dabbing athlete in town.
Yes. Where you're the new dabbling athlete who everyone's like, oh my God, you're so cool. I'm going to throw out as many random slang words as I can think of to make you think I'm hip and cool. I look like an anime, like one of those Ghost Recon children.
I wish...
This sounds incredible.
Yeah, I wish they did this like 7 years ago so that way the dialogue would just read it as a GMC faux show music video. So that way they're just like, dab, sleek, fleek. And I'm just like, I hate you. Swag. And then you're like, please. Did they say swag?
They might have said swag. I don't think so.
Okay,
though.
that's good.
Did they quote Lonely Island videos?
We got a fake Jason Lee in here. Like, there's literally, this guy should be Jason Lee, but he just isn't.
Does he do the Project 8? gear.
He doesn't do that, but he's only
that's-
one step away. He keeps calling you just like Jason Lee does in Project 8, but every time it's way more insufferable.
Does he, for some reason, have a flip phone? He might. Hey, buddy, Tony Hawk's over here. He's really impressed. Anyways, grind these rails. Good gear.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Project 8 is a trip.
it is. God, Project 8 feels so much more authentic than this.
Of course.
Like,
Yes, it does.
There's
It
nothing
feels-
more authentic than Tony Hawk.
Than Jason Lee.
there's literally nothing that feels authentic in this. This feels like it's fully fabricated for what they assume Zoomers want.
Yes.
Even at its like most cynical and big, Tony Hawk had Tony Hawk would still have its moment where it's like, yeah, do this kickflip to behead the chief of police. That would
Yes.
there was this thread of rebellion to it, of teenage rebellion to it.
Yeah, whereas this is
And I can't
thankless.
imagine any Ubisoft thing ever being like, okay, go get those sponsorship deals and make your sponsors a lot of money. That's that's what good athletes do. Go. You're the new Steep in town.
The new Steve in town. That's what they just say to the game itself.
Yes. As they send it out to die.
Yeah. It does have steep controls you can turn on.
What?
Yeah, it literally is like you
Does it
want.
have a sports wheel?
Yeah, it has the sports wheel.
Why would you?
Yeah, this is steep too. Like in no way is it not.
Does it feel better than Steep? Steep feels really bad, my man.
It feels a little better than steep, but oh my god, it feels like they got generally controlling your device, like your bike or your snowboard, feeling a little better than steep, like a little more responsive. But I think driving the motorcycle in Days Gone feels better than the riding the bike in this. Like it feels so unwieldy at points. And doing tricks in any of these is a nightmare because they are scared to just have you hit a button and do a trick. Absolutely terrified.
Oh. What is it, like the stick?
It has two options. You can do the racer mode where it's on the D-pad, on the face buttons, or the trickster mode where it's on the stick. If you do that, you have no way of controlling the camera. So I feel like it's just kill yourself at that point.
Was not ready for that to be a problem.
So to do a trick, you hold any of the face buttons, and that determines what you're going to do afterwards. So you release that face button when you want to jump, and then you have to hit another face button, and that'll decide where he's turning.
Dude, what?
So, like, if you want to do a front flip, you hold the X button, and then you release it and hit the triangle button, and it'll make him do a flip. Or if you want to do a spin to on the X-axis and turn, you hold the square button, then you hit circle. And it becomes incredibly unwieldy and unresponsive when you want to try and properly align this for a landing. It feels like it never wants to work the way that it seems like it should. It just is terrible. They have an auto land feature, which can save you most of the time. But if you want to get good points, you turn that off because then you can't get perfect landing bonuses. Even when I have it on, it feels like it doesn't want to land properly. This is really awful. I don't know what they were thinking. Yeah.
That's... God damn it.
Yeah. I really... Riders Republic could have been cool at some level. It could have at least had fun tricks. But they were just terrified of making a normal trick system. I don't get it. Why can't you not just look at Tony Hawk and use it as a base? One came out last year.
Well, that's too far away from mush. Ubisoft's rule is that all their games have to be mush.
Yeah, it's weird. It is horrified of being arcadey, but at the same time wants to have this really overly. I'm trying to think of a word to describe the story, but not serious. So it's already being goofy. It's why can't you make an arcade goofy fun game then? And I don't know.
Because we're insane.
Oh yeah, doing rail grinds on your snowboard feels really weird and terrible. You just see him fly between them, and it doesn't. The gravity feels like it makes no sense with the rest of the game. You can ride around on a snowmobile though. You can't use that in the actual like playing the missions, but you can drive around it in the park and just run things over, and that's funny. So that was one positive. And it has one song from The Offspring, which surprised the heck out of me.
This is Ubisoft. We're used to Ubisoft soundtracks with Ubisoft games.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which the rest of the soundtrack might be that. Maybe they're just stuff I don't know. Like they're not on radio around here, so I'm not hearing them or something.
Okay, I gotta ask, do they have like a boom boom clap energy to them?
I don't think so.
Okay, then they didn't just scum it by getting a bunch of 2011 music and being like, it's cheap now.
I hate it because all you have to do is just boom, boom, clap. I'm like, oh.
I saw somebody describe the genre that was hitting its peak in 2011 as that, and I lost it.
Like, that just fills my brain with bad chemicals.
Feel free to fill out the comment section with what bands you think that applies to, audience.
Someone's gonna pick something from the 90s somehow.
They're gonna be like, Queen. Like, that's not really...
Death.
Man.
Poison.
I'm gonna try this game, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh, yeah. They also do this thing where they transition sports in the middle of a race.
Get off your snowboards, children. We're having a bike race now.
Yeah, is it like a triathlon?
That's what they want it to be, but it's insane instead. There's no indicator this will happen. So you're riding down the mountain, and suddenly you're now riding your bicycle. Like you're on your snowboard, and then suddenly you transformed into being on your bicycle, and it loads hitches, and then you have to just keep going.
Do you think that Ubisoft just assumes if our game doesn't feel good, it's fine, we'll capitalize on their ADD and just keep shaking the keys?
I think that's what it is.
Because the Crew also did that. The Crew 2, specifically.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking of it like Sonic Racing Transform, but there was no transformation sequence and no one told you it happened.
Dude, I was literally going to say that before Dan transitioned.
Sonic's like, I'm on a bike now.
Where it's like Sonic transformed for idiots.
Sonic's like, I'm on moon shoes? What the fuck?
Oh, man, these things never worked.
Yeah, it's insane. I have no idea what they were thinking with this.
Uh-huh.
Like, how do you not have like a UI icon for this is going to happen, or a transition phase, or anything?
It's in beta.
It's out next month.
Yeah.
And this seems to be a major feature. I did like 2 or 3 races with this feature.
What if it's a bug and they're not actually meant to ever switch?
Well, then that Jason Lee Jason Lee parody lied to me.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I can't believe that.
Also, Dan, you're right.
Huh.
All Ubisoft games are shaking keys.
Yeah.
Something is
That's
supposed
what
to
they
happen
make.
every 20 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I like when it happens and the meter fills up.
I feel like you could have a big open world with a bunch of stuff happening and it not be the same as you're driving a car or an airplane.
I don't know. It sounds really good, especially if it's in one frame.
It feels like if Far Cry was to like you're shooting a gun or a tuna.
I was about to say, you're shooting a gun and, oh shit, hot dogs are coming out of it now.
Yeah, exactly.
They just turned into the gun game from Call of Duty without warning at all.
The people who made Stanley Parable team up with Ubisoft to make the least funny video game ever.
By the time the hot dog hits its target, it's a bowling ball.
It's co-written by the writer of Borderlands 2. Okay, and now that I've ruined everyone's
the
day.
divorce.
Did you play anything else?
Yeah, I also do you remember I brought up Smelter last week? The indie platformer that was Mega Man X inspired.
Yes.
Had Act Razor type mechanics where you had a town you're building.
Input delay was in it, and it was really aggressive. Something with it you said that just made the game feel bad all the time.
Yes, there was that, and there was how you would grab a wall, but it wouldn't grab. There'd be like extra frames where you just wouldn't grab the wall like you do in Mega Man X. Mm-hmm. Well, that game got a PS5 version today.
Okay.
So I booted that up. It feels a little better, and it feels like the wall slide works now.
Oh,
that's cool.
Also, saves don't transfer.
God.
Of
They didn't
course.
get that newer SDK.
And also, this one's insane. I looked at the button config screen and all my buttons stopped working, so I can't play the game.
What in the fuck?
What?
Yeah. So I leave the button config screen, buttons are still working. Then the confirm button stops working, so I can't go back to it. And then the attack button stops working. And I have no idea why. I assume it's because I looked at that menu. Maybe it just is broken in general. I don't know.
They told you to die.
So maybe I'll get a patch sometime soon and fix it. I would like to play the game.
It felt a little bit better from the limited time I was able to.
Yes, exactly. And then the last thing I did was I booted up Genshin and looked at Aloy, and her hair looks really weird in Genshin style. Is her like braided hair is just textured onto the back of her head?
Yeah, I was
my
about to
God.
ask. Please
Yeah,
tell me it's like that and it's just drawn on.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's really weird looking. Also, me and Phil were talking about how, like, what are they going to do for, you can't roll her, so what are they going to do for that whole section of leveling up the character through getting extra rolls? It's currently just says it's locked, and, like, it's not time for this to happen yet. So I'm wondering how they're going to deal with that.
Yeah, I assume there will be an event when it comes to everything, but if you're on Sony, it's just like, here she is in the mail.
Yes.
You open an envelope and she's in it.
Yeah. You cut
boy-
a couple
boy-
holes into it.
Boy, was I fucking wrong. They're like, no, this bitch needs all new shit.
Yeah, you have
It's
to
not
get stuff.
easy to level her at all.
You have to get stuff that I haven't even unlocked the ability to get yet.
Yeah, it's from they added a new island because what they had decided to do was I assume is they were like, well, we don't want there to be like a year between each big content drop, so we're just going to don't unlock chunks of this new place more slowly. So they added a new island with this patch to the new country, which because it's a Ceres island, so they added a new one that has a bunch of new enemies and stuff, which is where you get the material, and a new boss, which is where you get the materials for Aloy. And you know why I like Genshin Impact? Because they respect the contract. They're like, we make so much fucking money. You're gonna see how much money we make in this new area.
See, that's really cool.
Because you come over the mountain, it's like, what the fuck? This is like their version of Zora's domain. There's like a giant clamshell and all these buildings and waterfalls and a bunch of fucking treasure chests and things you can find. I'm like, wow. It's like them and Sony are the only two companies in the industry that are like, yeah, we'll just let our dick hang out. We have money. We don't need to pretend we don't.
Sometimes Sony uses too much money in the wrong places.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Maybe they go, this entire studio, your life is now making this multiplayer mode. This studio, the next 7 years is you making this game that arguably shouldn't exist.
Yes.
That should have been 20 hours of rope puzzles.
Oh my God, yes. In fact, we could expand the rope content. Could we have knot tying mechanics?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Man, maybe we do need Last of Us 3. You're on a boat. It's all about learning to tie knots.
It's great because they slash the budget into a third. It only focuses on Abby, and then they're just like, "Why is this the best-selling The Last of Us game?"
Yeah.
You made a pirate game with happened to be Last of Us themed. What do you expect?
The budget is a third. It still costs $110 million.
Holy shit! Could you imagine?
Where's our factions multiplayer for the boat?
Dude, could you imagine Sean Layden's like, while I was at Sony, PS4 games cost $100 million, sometimes 150, sometimes more. It's just like, oh damn. How much did that shit cost? Real quick, I want to grouse about something.
Okay.
In that interview, Sean Layden, the one I was telling people they should read, one of the things he said in that interview that's just been bugging me since is he's like, I'm not going to count mobile phone games as real games. Only console games are real games. That market isn't growing. If you look at music, they engage, while they're less profitable in a certain view, they engage with a much larger demographic, a much larger slice of humanity. And I'm like, yeah, you just cut off the casual. This is like if you were like, nothing outside of listening to lossless music is listening to music.
And you're like, I love listening to lossless music.
But also other people listen to music, bro. So like putting up these qualifiers to have this insane statement of like, there's no growth in gaming, it's stagnant, is just like insane. It's like, yeah, if you start dividing insanely, because of course he's probably not including PC either. That just has been driving me nuts for weeks. And occasionally I'll remember it and I'll be like, what the fuck is he thinking? It's like if he was like, gaming is only movie theaters. DVDs do not count.
I can see it from the angle of, well, that growing isn't doing anything for the console side of things.
1, not provable.
True.
2, still hyper specific, and you're comparing it to music at large. Music is a passive medium.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, the music comparison is super weird.
The music comparison is dumb, but I'm on his side other than that.
I feel
I'm
like
so tired. So much of 7th Gen was people conflating mobile game stuff with console game stuff and acting like they were the same, and you could draw a lot of conclusions by looking at one about the other.
No.
Which has caused a lot of fucking problems.
Yeah, no, obviously that is not the case. They are not the same market, but they are both fucking video games, and you're an insane man if you sit there and go, well, those aren't games, but all of music is music. It's like, no. You should be comparing to vinyl recordings. We PS5 owners, we're vinyl enthusiasts.
We are.
We're doing way better than music, asshole. There are a lot more of us than them, let me fucking tell you. And thank God.
And we can kill them with a PS5.
As it overheats, apparently. Should have gotten the second model, Bob. It lit Bandy on fire.
Oh
no! It shot a fucking ionized cannon out of the back of it. What the fuck were we talking about?
Hey, Bob, what else did you play?
Yeah, Bob was talking about Genshin.
Yeah.
Then it became Aloy. Then Field talked about Aloy. We good?
Yeah, I think so. I'm like, I feel like that might have been. Oh, right. The other thing was Aloy. They list the voice actors for every character, but for some reason they don't for her. It sounds like it's the right person.
Yeah, it's Ashley Birch, right?
But we don't have confirmation in game yet, so I assume there's some weird deal that's tied up for when this comes out on other platforms they can announce. I don't know.
I'm just gonna look.
Or it's just an oversight because he seems like it seems kind of rough how they gave you this in the first place. It's just like, here, it's a privilege that you can have her a month early.
Yeah, but I mean that
might just be like, we literally didn't implement that yet.
Right, but it's one-line attacks, so I'm guessing there's just some weird thing happening with a deal that they can't talk about.
I'm like, okay, let me go look at her Twitter and see if she, is talking about being in Genshin, and she's shilling that Apple TV show at me. I forgot she was in it. Jesus Christ!
Oh my God! Is that
it's the one
game dev one?
Yeah, the game dev one. Mythic Quest.
Oh my God! No.
Do you think that one has an Android phone user who's a pedophile also?
Probably.
Definitely.
Almost definitely.
So I should explain this to the viewers so they fucking know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Wow. Very nice of you.
So Ryan Johnson did a fucking interview about working for Apple TV, and he was like, yeah, this might ruin like mysteries on Apple TV for you, but no villain in an Apple TV thing can be shown using an Apple product. So if you're watching like a movie and somebody's using an Android phone, they're the villain.
This is one of the most insane policies I've ever fucking heard.
That's really funny though.
It's really funny because then you watch one of those shows and every single character uses 2 Apple products per minute.
Yeah, except for the one character who uses an Android phone and is a pedophile.
They're on a Microsoft Surface.
Oh,
I mean, that's already a villain
lock
sign.
them up. Inject them.
Okay, I'm glad I checked out Ashley Birch's Twitter. She had a Kanamori post from Azoken, so
right.
This is good. Okay, this is good Twitter. Good job, Ashley.
Big win.
Good, big win.
Yep.
Thumbs up.
Bigly.
Anything else, Bob?
No, that's it.
Okay. Hey, KZ.
Pass.
Okay. Feel?
I didn't play anything else. I watched Solo.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So now that you've seen Solo, this story should land even harder for you, Feel. We were
Oh, no.
we were watching it on Netflix. Bob, was it 1080p on Netflix? I think it was.
It was
think it
whatever
wasn't-
the highest quality was available because we had the best subscription Netflix.
Yes, I'm not sure if it was the 4K or the 1080p. We start watching on Netflix. You can't see anything in the intro. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? We go to a Redbox and rent a Blu-ray, and it looks perfectly fucking fine. And I'm like, why is the future like this?
Oh, I do remember this back when you were doing Star Wars month.
Yes, we did that for Solo.
Yeah.
How'd you like Solo?
It's fucking horrible. I hate every single thing about it.
Simply misunderstood.
No.
It feels like it has 3 climaxes because it's 2.5 hours fucking long
God, it is.
and does not need to be that long.
I was assured that it was fixed when they brought in their fixer for that film.
The only thing that even made my neural map light up for a second is the realization that the villain just looks like Volgin from Metal Gear Solid 3.
He does, yeah.
I was stunned at how incompetent it was, and then I looked at like the box office and I'm like, good, fucking justice.
I mean, yeah, that was the one where everyone's like, it bombed.
Yeah.
See, when people said it bombed, I assumed that was like, well, it only made $800 million. I'm like, no, it actually made less money than its budget, which means it made significantly less money than its budget because that's how box office receipts work. And I'm like, good.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, they needed these to crash and burn. They really did to change anything. Because
Right.
clearly things were not going well there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a month after this came out that at the time Disney CEO went, yeah, we're gonna after Rise of Skywalker, we're gonna stop making Star Wars movies. We're gonna maybe do some TV stuff. And now they're just not making movies anymore, except for like that one Patty Jenkins one and 10 Star Wars shows. Because this one did so bad.
Yeah. It's a good thing that the spin-offs and ceaseless milking of this franchise made them correct their course before they did something catastrophic with the mainline films.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't do that, would they?
We avoided that.
We avoided that.
Yeah,
around that
thankfully
iceberg.
we avoided the full-on Chewie movie.
We'll just get the reboot trilogy. That won't be weird when we just excise the last whole trilogy of movies we made.
I think that's the most...
That feels like it's going to happen.
If it happens, that will be the most intellectually interesting thing they can possibly do.
Yes.
Well, you see, the original 7, 8, and 9 are legends.
Yeah,
Yes.
those weren't real. Now we have real 7, 8, and 9.
And these have numbers. The old ones have Roman numerals. These are numbers.
Oh shit, that would be sick.
It would be funny as shit.
Yeah, it would.
I also have to bring this up because it staggered me at how fucking stupid it was.
Yeah.
So in the Disney realizing this movie was doomed because they did. They started their fucking press cycle. They always start where they have the first gay character in Disney history.
Yeah.
They rolled that out with Lando by being like, director Ron Howard is like, I always thought Lando was pansexual, which one, you have nothing to do with Lando Calrissian. How would you know? And who cares? And 2, you're saying that because he fucks a robot, but it's an obviously girl robot.
I appreciate the press cycle that is. The creator of Arrested Development thinks that Lando Calrissian has always been a pansexual.
And also, it's the fixer director after they fired the fucking.
I believe instead of calling him the fixer, we should call him the yes man.
They hired a yes man after they kicked out
the Chris Lord.
Yeah, Lord Miller.
Yeah.
Where they're like, we tried to make a good Star Wars film. They told them to get out. and then
Here's what we were robbed of. For anyone who's not keeping track, that's the people who made the Lego movie and Clone High. Those guys would have done a great fucking job. But Disney decided it was too fucking funny.
Yeah, and they're also I think like big creatives on Spider-Verse as well.
Yes.
Which made them look even worse given around the time this came out.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's like the one winning move in Hollywood for the last decade has been trust these motherfuckers.
But they're like, no.
Disney doesn't like to trust creatives.
No, they don't.
Like at all. depending on which director of Disney films you talk to, they have people come in and be like, no, you don't have to worry about the action scenes. We have a team for that. We want them to look the same in all our movies.
And they sure as fuck accomplished that.
Yeah.
Apparently Lucas wrote a lot of Solo, and you can really tell because it's like, yeah, here's a fight on a train. Because that's a very pulpy thing that George Lucas loves.
Yeah, it's very Jones.
There's a lot of stuff like that. I don't like the villain basically being like a scary Russian man who again is just Volgan. I also realized that I hate the face of that lady from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
I hate her face.
Yeah.
I hate when she smiles and she squints.
I'm gonna look this up. One moment.
Is she the main? She's female lead in this.
She's Kira. She's the love interest.
Okay, one moment.
She's the smirking lady. She's from the Game of Thrones meme where she's smiling when her eyes are fucking closed. I'm like, oh, I hate you so much.
Is that? Well, I know that woman. Yeah.
Emilia Clarke.
Isn't she in Blade Runner 2049? Am I wrong? One moment, because I'm looking at this movie poster. She looks a lot like the lady from that, but I don't fucking know. I have to look this up. Anyway, I'm glad you watched Solo, a Star Wars story. No.
Yeah. The epic backstory for his name.
The fucking... Oh, God. Dude.
I'm convinced that's a George Lucas thing. I'm convinced he wrote that, and in George Lucas's head, the guy that said that is from a culture where that's normal. Because that's the sort of shit George Lucas does.
Also, yes, it had a very George Lucas line in your life when you go, "What's wrong with you?"
So to answer my own question, no. She is not from that. She is, however, Sarah Connor in Terminator Genesis.
Oh no, which one is that? Is that the one where it's entirely in the future?
No, that's Salvation, the one way before that with a certain person who exploded at another person and they coped so hard they left the film industry.
Get off the fucking set!
God, that rant is so good.
God, it really is.
It shouldn't be as funny as it is because it's generally like, man, you must be an asshole to deal with, but there's a little bit of truth in it, and it is unbelievably funny.
We got something that was almost trying to approach that level with Tom Cruise last year.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that blooper scene where Kieran Culkin in Scott Pilgrim just goes, "That was a perfect take. You just ruined it." To the cameraman who bobbed. Like, did you see that? He just bounced.
Yes.
He looked so upset. He was like, "That was perfect. What did you do?" I'm like, that's really good.
Yeah, Tom Cruise did that for the new Mission Impossible that's coming out.
But he did that over COVID shit, which is reasonable.
Oh yeah, he did. He was like, "You're killing everyone's job right here, right now. We're keeping this town alive, damn it." And then he got shut down again because someone fucking got COVID again.
Yeah, he should have yelled louder. It definitely would have solved that problem.
Yeah.
It's fine. Tom Cruise. Every Mission Impossible movie is just Tom Cruise throwing the dice against death.
Yes.
And it's just like okay, Tom. I don't know why you wanted your character to throw themselves down 12 flights of stairs in this scene, but we got that set up for you, I guess. Dude, let's try to do it in one take.
I feel like that's just super. That's really low for him. I think it's like Mission Impossible 4 where he just drowns himself.
No, look, his leg in that one scene is seared into my brain.
Oh God,
forever, for all eternity.
Yeah, I saw the full clip where they're like, "Here it is at different angles."
I'll always just remember how Civi describes the movies as like where Tom Cruise has an ongoing bet against the Grim Reaper.
I spent the last 3 minutes imagining me doing a live stream with Bob. Casey comes in, bumps one of the lights, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing on my set?"
No!
Also, get ready. He's coming back.
Who?
He's in the new Thor, Christian Bale.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm excited.
I like Christian Bale. He's a good actor. He's in the best Batman films.
Yeah, I think people were saying he's going to be like the God Butcher in the new Thor.
Yeah, he's Gore the God Butcher.
That's really good.
That's awesome. Do you think he's going to do a British accent for fucking once in an American movie?
No.
Damn
No.
it.
He might. There's hope. It's a Thor movie.
Right? I know there's hope.
I
But
think he's done it like once or twice ever.
God, I hope so.
But those were a little bit more artsy of films, if I remember which ones he did it incorrectly. So
I can think of nothing more artsy than a Taika Waititi movie.
fucking earlier when Casey's like, no, it's misinterpreted. And I'm like, I don't think any humans ever misinterpreted a Disney film.
What? It's misunderstood about Solo.
Yes, it's misunderstood.
What? That's my new flowchart thing for something that's truly terrible.
Wake up, Dragon Punch.
That's my wake up dragon punch because I'm like, what would a YouTuber say? Misunderstood classic. Hey, Phil, did you play anything else? Did you watch anything else?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Well, over the next week, I'm doing Sly stuff.
Okay.
Casey, what are you doing over the next week?
Probably gonna buy more brownies at Walmart.
That's really unfortunate.
That's not true. I'm absolutely not doing that. Those fudge pop things.
Yeah, those are all right.
Those are solid.
Those are all right. Yeah,
You can't go wrong with like an ice cream related product.
yeah, probably not. All right.
Just gonna be working on various different things. And maybe trying to fit in the important event that is thanking the Pod Lords.
Oh, fuck the Pod Lord.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, that's right. The Pod Lords. Pod Lords such as E. Lee Broyles, Corey Brown, Dobo Muito Real,
Yeah.
Red Blaze 27, Jusuf
Excuse you.
Suzu Shiro, Emperor Zero. Shibuya Gato is still waiting for Slow Bro Drip.
Yo! Let him have shades.
Please. The Feel of Love, which Gexy Gex Maniac will win Feel Heart and a brand new PS5 coming to GigaBoots Plus.
Is this supposed to be like Flavor of Love? Am I Flavor Flav? There's the clock, so that has to be what it is.
Who's making a Flavor of Love joke now? I watched that 15 years ago. Shout out to I Love New York, the spin-off show.
See, fuck her. Fuck that lady.
I know, right? Fucking bitch.
See, I remember Rock of Love, the one that was I can't remember his name.
He was
He was the lead singer of Poison?
Yes,
Yeah.
I also watched that. It was a dark time in 2006. Watching shit on VH1.
Oh, Brett Michaels. Yeah, Brett Michaels did
Holy shit.
did Rock of Love, the spin-off of Flavor of Love.
Everyone in my middle school class watched those shows. I'm sorry. You got to be a part of the conversation.
Not as sorry as me.
Flavor of Love streaming.
Rado.
No!
Rado. No, Dan, you pronounced that wrong. It's pronounced Rado.
Okay.
101 Shades of insert bad Top Gun reference here.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Top Gun from the top. Ahem. Gary Busey.
oh no!
This is the worst it's ever been.
That is really the worst it's ever been. It's too real.
He's literally a testicle.
Oh, every part that could be horrible was made horrible.
This is the top. This is the worst it's ever been.
Gary Bond.
I don't think
Gary Monsters, Gary Bond are horrifying.
Like, I'm trying to think, and it's like this is in the trifecta between the Breakfast Baconator Busey and the Wagyu Beef Busey.
We need to move on.
This is-
I don't want.
This is so much worse than Gary Wagyu.
WTF Spider-Man. The picture speaks for itself. God said no, but too bad for him. He made my life easier this week. Modern Mage. Clearly, you don't know about the Mandela effect.
Oh.
You know, all I had to do was watch that one clip of Field going, "Don't mention this thing." Next line, "Hey, here's this thing."
Fucking hate that motherfucker so much.
DFW 3K. Muckbun. My motives are A set, Kristen. Oh my fucking god. Get ready, GigaBoots, because she's very gonna sweep you discs.
Imagine a top berry as big as my cutout,
So
Dan.
perfect.
Yeah, having a Todd Berry as huge as that cutout would be incredible.
Ugh.
Travis Touchdown versus new Raido Kuzunoha Switch Edition. Me getting cool gunplot despite not getting the ones I wanted, but that's A-okay in my book.
Ugh.
Apaku, in Japan. Kyle Bjork. Zilter. Introducing the new Overwatch cowboy, Bessie Big Bree.
Oh, he's totally new. I've never seen him before.
This guy seems real cool.
I can't handle this along with the tweet that went, actually, my name is Black Lives Matter Boulevard. Like, thank you, Blizzard.
Iron Aggro. In loving memory of Max, a bun that was too good for this world.
Oh.
Oh,
Look at him.
Bye, Max.
Monster Hunter, Ryzen and Raiden. Terminator.
Meow.
I'm Parasite Face.
God.
One of them does have a name like that, and I forget who.
Gail, don't condescend to me by respelling your own name so that in the hopes that I'll say it correctly.
Thanks for the money.
Gail.
You're welcome.
It him. Carl Cock.
Worth the wait.
Yeah, actually.
Side-eyeing. It's very good.
Dick.
Bob, if you can hear me, it's an emote and blame it on the misfortune of your birth.
Oh no.
Bob moments before white base eradicated him.
Jumping onto white base.
That's a really good bandy edit. Like the nose is so perfectly matched up with the gap in the mask.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's stellar. That Bob one needs work. Cooper Tank.
Does Bob ever get good ones though?
He used to a couple
okay.
times, and then a bunch of horrifying ones.
I feel like so often they just look wrong and his neck is broken.
If you make too much progress, it breaks something somewhere. Zasterder. Kaname Date sees you clearly don't own an air fryer. Cat.
Nice.
Yes.
The classic original release of the Nendroid.
God, that's real. I need that.
Before they crushed her feet down into tiny little nubs.
Indigo Sykes. Alatos Diogenes is Moe. Gaijin. BN12. Evil Lucario. Remember to sign up for the Clutchins Insider program to be invited to the Clutchins technical preview. There's your cinema sins, Reed. Anyway. A raccoon that shocked there was no Podlord images last week.
Huh.
This is a good bit.
Yep.
My grandmother once said, during meals, an angel descends, for it is a sacred time.
Cool.
Aspiring Bamani ambassador Shinji16 wants to remind you that you matter, you are valid, and you deserve to be happy. I don't know about that. I don't know about me.
Hey, this is a positive segment.
Oh no, where did this image go?
Okay, now it's a negative segment.
That's all it takes.
It's all fucking tits up now.
Yeah, that's all it takes. You know what? We're just gonna zoom in on this one, and we're gonna go. You know what? Fuck you. Interlaces your video, desyncs your audio.
Oh no!
No.
Maria Kondenzovna Eve has been freed from Walmart and is finally working in videography. Fuck the service industry.
I don't know why. This is one of my favorite podlords because I like the way you say their name.
It's really fun, but not many podlords have such a fun name to say. That is important.
Yeah.
It is very important. I look forward to your future evolution. Fuck the video industry.
See you in October for that one.
Well, actually, when is wedding season? A new job means I can be less thrifty. Answer my riddles 3 in exchange for $50. He took the money for Colonial Marines to make a game out of recycled memes.
Every aspect of this is gold.
God.
Jim Carrey riddle.
This Edward Nigma Podlord really loves riddles, Mom.
I can't believe it took us this long to get a podlord like this.
You shark. Wild Logan Roth is here to simp chaos, and I included this image despite it having nothing to do with this name.
Oh, okay.
I believe that is the new VTuber for the HoloLive English that is the aspect of chaos.
Ooh.
Oh, so it is relevant.
It's the new.
Yeah.
She's like I think she's like a chaos rat.
Yes, it is a chaos rat because they all like represent an element. Like one of them's space, and she's like 20 feet tall and wears no shoes.
Yo, I didn't know rat was an element.
It is. That's why I have so many emotes of them.
Damn. And Virvarm, thank you very much to our pod lords.
That's right. Is that Rocketeer?
I think it is.
Yeah, that's Reciteer.
It's a gift too. So the gold chain is swinging from side to side as the glasses change color, and bad gifts of money change in squares on the side. They don't move up and down. It's just squares of animated money.
It's like I'm falling through time. Thank you, Podlords.
Capitalism ho. Thank you,
Thank you very
Podlord.
much, Podlord.
Thank you, Podlords.
Thank you, Podlord.
And if you'd like to become a Podlord, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/gbpodcast. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to many benefits, such as a Patreon exclusive monthly show where you get to help vote to decide what we watch, extended armchair dev pitches and extended gamer premonitions whenever Dan feels like it, and early access to Chugging Bleach and Mondo Cool, our 2 anime review podcasts. That's patreon.com/gbpodcast. If you don't have any money, you can help us by telling your friends. And if you don't have any friends, you can improve yourself to the point other people will want to be around you, and then tell them about us. I have to talk about AI, the Somnium Files now because I forgot.
You know, this whole time I'm like, he must not have thought he got far enough yet.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I have to talk about how I got into the worst situation of any video game I've ever played in my entire life.
What?
No, the game's fine. I just somehow got myself into hell.
Yeah, I know. I'm just wondering how.
So, I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna explain this as vaguely as possible, as not to spoil the game.
Okay.
Imagine you come to a point in a game, and it's like you can take this path or you can take this path, and one path goes a little ways and then stops, and it's like you can't go any further on this path until you do some other paths in the game because it's a visual novel. The information I got on that path completely destroys one of the other paths. Imagine a game where you're doing where you find out that the character you spend one entire branch of the story listening to is like the leader of QAnon.
Oh.
That's the level of the epiphany that doing these things in the wrong order gives you.
Yeah, I was telling you, I don't know how you picked that one first. You just fell into it.
It's like you hit the wrong button, now your protagonist is lobotomized and going along this path of destruction.
That's pretty cool.
You know is a path of destruction because you have this other knowledge, and it's like watching someone go off a cliff in slow motion.
Yeah, but it's kind of quirky, so it's okay.
I think it's really funny that AI the Somnium Files has a fictional cult that is just a reference to Apple marketing.
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Because they have the secret society Nizit Laws, which is Zoltaxian spelled backwards, which is a term Apple came up with for marketing in the 80s.
What? Excuse me?
I can't believe this is the type of thing that would happen in an Uchikoshi game. The guy who just wiki walks all the time.
Oh, it's not from the 80s. It's a term they use to promote Siri.
Even more. What? I'm looking this up right now. What the fuck?
Yeah, Zoltaxian. It's pretty funny. That's probably his best game for sure.
Yeah.
I look forward to completing it. I've completed one route of four.
Yeah, something like that. I don't even remember.
And I'm looking forward to playing more and continuing to fucking despise that manlet character.
Oh yeah, he's so bad.
Okay, I'm having a stroke over here silently.
So you enjoying this revelation?
I googled Zoltaxian. I'm gonna read without any context as to why this is. What the people also ask section on Google says. Okay. First one. What does Zoltaxian mean? Second one. What does filling the void mean? Third one. What can't you say to Siri? Fourth one. What does the word Siri mean? What the fuck did I walk into?
I think there's also a band called Zoltaxian, so which is probably where
it is.
And they have a song called. Yeah. Okay. So that makes sense.
Yeah. The album is called Zoltaxian, and the artist is Fill the Void. I wasn't going to tell them that. It's much funnier to leave the mystery.
Well, I don't have anything else to say about it until I beat it.
Oh, okay.
And even then, I can't say too much more because there's spoilers.
Yeah, it's another one of those games where it's like a bomb after like the base impressions. It's like you have to walk around.
There's a lot there. There is never been a game where I have to go, oh no, so many times.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to news.
Yeah.
We're going to cover the most important news first. The thing I should have thrown in there, but I didn't. Hello Kitty announced for Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania's $5 DLC launching October 5th. Thank you, Bob, for putting that in there.
No problem.
That is important fucking news. That her animations are great.
Then we have to immediately jump into the other very important piece of news for Monkey Ball.
Yes.
Okay, go.
Monster Ranchers Suezo.
Yes.
Gary Busey.
Yes, Gary Busey is also announced for Monkey Ball. Comes out $5 DLC October 19th.
Bob, I woke up to this and thought I was in a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, no, in no world I'm doing this.
I'm like, oh my god, not only is he back, but he's in Monkey Ball.
Suezo is the final Smash character.
This might be Game of the Year, Bob.
Okay, let's keep it up with the bizarre news, Bob. Soul Cresta, go.
Soul Cresta launches December 9th for $40.
Okay, yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
This is that shmup from Platinum Games.
It's a shmup that pretends to be pixel graphics by pixelating the render field.
Yep.
Through a shader. It is intentionally running the game at a lower resolution and upscaling. It doesn't look right at all. This isn't how graphics ever looked.
Also, they're working on a story mode, with full voice acting, is DLC.
For 40.
Oh, really? Fucking dollars into the fucking coffin, Soul Cresta.
Man, Platinum, you're doing a really good job recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, between this and
Maybe
Babylon's Fall.
Maybe someday they'll fulfill our bingo square of not sad.
Yeah, that's it. Just not sad.
I don't get it. Like, this seems like something that would be in a $40 release, not something that would be extra in a $40 release. That's
For
crazy.
some reason, they think it's granted that people will buy this game.
It's got to be a trick. This has got to be like a 50-hour game, right?
That's the only way $40 fucking dollars for a shmup that looks like this makes sense.
It'd be really funny if it's like, oh, actually, it's a full Platinum action game. Just the first level is a smush shmup, and that's all we've shown you. It's a weird trick.
Oh, that would be beautiful. That's not happening.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it
it's
isn't
definitely
happening.
just Kamiya doing his in the woods. Oh man, I like this kind of game.
In the woods.
Everybody else must too.
Okay, Bob, do it. Wonderful 101, go.
They released the Prince Vorkin DLC last week. Now, it's $1.
Oh, cool.
You can play as the rival character in any mission in the game.
Does it fix the game?
No, it's just different.
Are they gonna fix the game?
Seems neat.
Yeah, it could be okay.
I hope they fix the game. The PC version seems pathetically the most stable version.
Why is it like this?
Yeah, hopefully this also have fixes for that, but who knows? I haven't booted it up.
But this is neat because he has a lot of transformations that you don't normally have. Like this DLC version has all the transformation he has when he's a boss, so he can like turn into the enemies and stuff. So it gives you that, which is neat.
Okay, Bob, we're gonna do it.
What are we doing now?
The Inti Corner.
Ooh.
Indie Corner, yes, because we had Bit Summit where they were like, yeah, we're bringing everything. So they announced Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger IX2.
Lowercase I.
Yeah,
This is the
uppercase
Copen
X.
game, right?
Yes, this is the Copen game,
Yeah.
the sequel, where he's stranded on a planet filled with robots.
Yeah, and he does a right-wing podcast, right? And he's like, Radio
Don't
Free
fucking-
Orchid.
No, stop
Don't
that!
fucking expect me to remember anything about Gunvolt lore. Also, this game looks exactly like every Inti Creates game. Bad.
But yeah, it comes out January 27th, 2022. And the next piece of news, Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 launches summer 2022. What are they doing?
This is like when Capcom would release 8 Mega Man games a year.
Yes.
It is like
They're
when
just-
X5 and X6 came out 8 months apart.
God, it
I mean,
did,
these are-
didn't it?
these are-
Jesus.
These are low cost things that, like, they have most of the assets already. They can just pump this shit out.
Yeah, I don't know why Gunvolt 2 or 3 is taking so long and why it makes any sense for them to be working on both of these series at the same time. How they couldn't even come up with a better name for the spin-off was Luminous Adventures. Like, that's terrible. It's a huge mouthful.
Yeah.
It has Gunvolt Chronicles at the beginning.
Okay.
What are you doing?
In Japan, X5 and X6 come out a full year apart.
Ooh.
But for us,
But for us, it comes out, let's see, December 2001 for that one.
and the localizations on X5 and X6 were like really bad. weren't
They're
they?
trash tier.
Like,
yeah.
10 months apart.
10 months apart, and I'm sure that there's another Mega Man release between them.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, because there's like 3 Mega Man games a year at least.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
So,
like what?
which-
Misadventures of Tronbot?
Which here's the thing, I was fine with that when they had disparate gameplay styles and series going.
Uh-huh.
The two things you just described are both Gunvolt.
Yes.
They're identical. People were like, no, this one's better because it's like not like Gunvolt. I look at the footage; it's indistinguishable from fucking Gunvolt. Enemies have a big crosshair appear on them. You damage them. You damage it for like amount of time, and then you do a big move that kills them. And that's every single enemy in the entire game. You want to see the most unfair comparison in the world? Look at footage of these games, and then look at 30XX,
Yes. Also just
which
play
is
them.
a fucking great game.
Yeah, 30XX is great. They just did the content update.
It's not even out for real yet.
Yeah, and it's the best feeling platformer I've ever fucking played because it can run at hundreds of frames a second. Is a fully 2D game. It can do that because it's running on a really hyper efficient engine. You pair that shit with a fucking DualSense, it is unbelievably good feeling. I'm so excited for that game to finish development, and I've been meaning to dive in since they literally just added that new level. God, 30XX is so good.
I bet whenever that comes out, unless it's really stacked, it'll probably be like a GOTY contender.
Yeah, if it ships by the end of this year.
Yeah,
Like if it comes out of early access, then absolutely.
yeah. Because I was gonna say like it's an easy lock, but I'm like if it comes out next year, I feel like next year's getting way too stacked.
It was
Yeah, for all we know, For Goner comes out next year.
That's
Sure.
true. we might see that in a week.
Yep.
yeah, that's what they bring to the TGS. No way.
I'm trying. What game
I
is?
thought you were
what
talking
game
about
are we talking
Forspoken,
about?
which is the Square Enix title.
I was
That's
thinking with
also what I
the
assumed.
Bethesda
Oh,
whatever
oh,
that
of-
thing is.
Oh,
Unspoken or something.
I just threw a stun grenade in the room and watched as people walked away with different games I was making fun
and I'm
of.
like Bethesda. I thought you were thinking of Avowed, which is Obsidian and not Bethesda.
yes.
Okay,
But
good.
it's own.
Ladies-
It was before they bought Bethesda. Even Jesus.
Ladies and gentlemen, and et ceteras.
Dan, I
I
was
love
right
this
though, right?
podcast we do.
Dan, I was right?
I literally said that because I knew you would walk away with that, and there was a chance they would walk away with the other thing.
God damn it!
Yeah. No, I was like, there's a 50-50 split on which game this is, but I'm not thinking about the other one.
But yeah, we might see that next week. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. But yeah, I want to have hope for Gunvolt 3. That has the director from, or the action director from the first Bloodstained they did, which was okay. And that's probably the best game.
Well, sadly, I'm looking at footage of it they released yesterday, and it's like, oh, it looks like every other Gunvolt game.
Yeah, no, it's going to look identical. Maybe it'll feel better with that new character.
Or maybe there will be level design that feels good.
Yeah. Yeah, the Copen stuff where he dashes everywhere at least feels different enough. It looks identical.
You know, I was streaming a game made on Unreal Engine earlier this week, and I tricked chat. I tricked them completely. I played a soundtrack to a game, and they all really enjoyed it. And I'm like, hey, do you know what game the soundtrack is for? And they couldn't guess it. I gave them like 8 songs to guess. They're like, this is really good. And then they start getting towards the end, and I'm like, what? This sounds kind of familiar. I think I've heard this. And I'm like, you watch this channel, you've absolutely heard this.
No.
It was Mighty Number 9.
Oh my god!
I keep
That's
telling
pretty funny.
people, like, when you play the game, the music sounds like mush and you can't hear anything. Someone looks it up and they're like, yeah, the default compression rate in Unreal Engine 3 for audio is 104 kilobits. And I'm like, I give our podcast more bit rate than they give soundtracks by default?
Yeah.
What?
I remember you saying, I'm just gonna play music on this stream. I'm thinking Mighty Number 9. And I'm like, you're sicko. It's
actually really good music, you know, when it's not murdered by Unreal Engine and buried under people not shutting the fuck up and explosion sounds. Because 104 kilobits is insanely low, you guys. Normally, for a good quality MP3, you need 324.
Whoa!
To put that into perspective. And though Og Vorbis is not the exact same compression rate as MP3, once you get to higher bit rates, they all kind of fall in line. So it kind of is. So they're doing a third of what you would consider good quality audio. In fact, of the people polled, somebody in chat brought this up, of the people polled, only 20% of people thought that was an acceptable, like, quote, good quality sound. 20 at that compression level for Og Vorbis.
That's rough.
I'm like, it sounds like shit. No wonder all these Unreal Engine games sound like shit. I bet Astral Chain did the same goddamn thing.
Don't.
So, hey, Bob, you have Momodora news?
Yeah, the new Momodora got announced. It's Momodora Moonlight Farewell. They did a full gameplay trailer. It's going to be the final entry in the Momodora series.
What?
It sounds like it's a sequel to 3.
It looks good. I'm glad they're going back to their franchise that is good after making Minoria, which was not good.
Yeah, after he made that and got super depressed and didn't understand why people didn't like it, I guess he figured out, okay, I need to do 2D again.
I should make a game that looks nice and doesn't look like a Unity asset flip.
Yeah. So that looks cool. I don't think that the main character looks as cool as the previous Momodora game, but it'll probably grow on me.
Yeah, she has a much simpler design. Like, she's not a nun. She doesn't have, like, the white mage hood. She's just more like a girl.
Okay, Bob.
But I think it's neat.
Bring us the Cotton Minute.
Cotton Rock and Roll showed off gameplay. They showed off playing as Cotton. And also playing as Umeha Kawase.
In a shmup?
In a shmup. She's flying on one of the pufferfish.
Finally, an Umihara game I can enjoy.
Yes!
Bob, now, I only knew about the Umihara Kawase, like, through, like, emulating that one game on, like, SNES.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Has she consistently gotten stuff, or did people just decide she should be in everything, like, 5 years ago?
That.
Yeah. It was just, this company's alive again and making games, and they all have Umihara. And
Okay, I got really confused.
That was like their mascot.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, because I'm like, why do I keep seeing this girl with the big boobies in the fucking fishing pole everywhere now? Is this like a
They
big...
didn't even add the big boobies till later.
Yeah, I know.
Which is frustrating.
But yeah, that game looked like fun. It was a 30 frame per second video though, so I can't tell too much about it.
There's no way you ship a shmup.
Yeah,
That's 30 frames per second. People would riot.
You'd be insane.
I don't think anyone.
You'd be Platinum Games.
They upload video 60.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say not even they could.
Yeah.
Commit to that. Bob, you seem to have a bullet of news that's for a condom. Go ahead.
It's a new game called Project Magnum. Yo! It says working title next to it.
They're like, we promise. Better ideas to come.
Right?
Project Tampax.
This is made by a subsidiary Nexon called NAT Games. It's a third-person looter shooter with a grappling hook in a sci-fi setting. It looked kind of neat.
All right.
It was just like a teaser to a trailer where it's all these like 3 or 4 guys running around killing big monsters.
So it seemed possibly like a co-op shooter.
Yeah, like a co-op third-person shooter.
Okay, that's cool.
So that could be good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Is Nexon Korean?
I believe.
Okay, I was gonna say I think Nexon's
They seem
Korean.
it. They make games that I just automatically assume are like free to play Korean games.
shooter.
Yeah, they're Korean. They like run Maple Story and
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
I'm interested in
Dungeon
other.
Fighter Online.
You know,
shit
it's
like that.
it's not going to be easy to topple the next best free-to-play Korean shooter co-op game, Resistance 2.
God damn you!
If only they'd
I
released
thought you
it
were
on
going to say
platform.
Gunbound. I keep thinking you're going to say Gunbound, which
Gunbound-
still isn't back yet.
I was
Gunbound's
also
really
pissing
thinking
me off.
Gunbound because you mentioned Gunbound quite often.
And
I
it's
figured you'd
quite
say
excellent.
Guns the Duel, honestly.
I mean, Guns the Duel is
Guns
also
the
excellent.
Duel and Gunbound.
But here's the thing. People will remember those things even slightly. No one will remember that Resistance 2 straight up had a co-op mode that felt like a Korean free-to-play shooter co-op thing. And it's like, what is this?
that was not misunderstood.
No, that was literally missed. Everyone just went to competitive. And meanwhile, I'm like, you guys are idiots. This is the real shit.
I hold the button down for 10 minutes and then he dies.
Yeah, I play a bulky dude with a chain gun and a shield, and that makes me live forever. And then the healer dude, he sucks health out of the enemy while healing us all simultaneously. So he just holds R1.
Wow.
God.
Wow.
It's unreal. This is Resistance we're describing.
It's so weird and bad.
I need to see if someone's gotten that up and running. There are no good videos of that mode.
That's weird.
I
guess it is that hidden.
It's that old?
Yeah, it's that old.
Yeah, at this point, that game came out in 2008.
13 years
Think
ago.
about that. 13
Whoa.
years ago on YouTube.
Whoa.
That was Cybershell's first run.
Whoa.
God damn it.
Okay, Bob, the actual big news. Go ahead.
Yes, the PlayStation Showcase. It's happening. It's real.
Yes!
It's on the streets. It's blowing up right now.
Yes!
I'm what's hip. I'm blowing up right now.
It's September 9th, Thursday.
3 p.m. Central.
Yep, 3 p.m. Central.
Again, I thought I was dreaming. In the same way, Suezo being in Monkey Ball made me think I was dreaming, but this was like a good dream.
I saw it and I was like, this has to be a fake PlayStation
Yeah,
account.
I know.
This isn't real.
This is like when people go, Nintendo Direct actually got announced.
So I think the Japanese account announced it first, and I caught that, and I was really tired. And I'm like, you know what? Why does it look like a DC thing now? Because they changed the color so much.
Yes.
It's like blue and steel gray. And
Right.
I'm like,
and I think there's like some deep purple or something in there.
Is Japan going through a phase?
Yeah, it's like lights.
Did they hire a director for the PlayStation conference? And honestly, I too, kind of like Casey when he woke up, felt like I was in a dream.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a gritty DC Universe PlayStation meeting.
Yeah, I'm hyper excited. This could be
yeah.
really good.
I'm fucking. When their blog post said, "You've been very patient," I'm like, "Yes, I have. Feed me."
Yeah, we didn't get an E3 from them. This is their E3.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. They're going to talk about Horizon Forbidden West and then tease Horizon Sultry South.
I hate you. The last big show we've gotten from Sony that wasn't like, those things they call state of plays was what, September of last year?
Yeah, they're about.
Thereabout.
I'm ready, baby.
But I hope to see anything
God,
from
it's gonna-
Capcom.
Yeah.
Anything.
I kept thinking about Pragmata.
Yeah.
They showed real-time rendered footage of Pragmata that looked like dog shit. Just to be like, no, Sony said real, and we're going to show real shit. And they got major props for that. Mm-hmm. I really appreciate that about their conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I cannot stress how much.
Real.
Yeah, we saw real
matters.
footage of Final Fantasy 16 last year.
Yeah.
God, yeah, we fucking did.
It feels really great. That's what I want to see. And you know what? You listen to all the important, powerful influencers, they say the same thing. That's what they want to see. They want to see the gameplay of your game.
Yeah.
Some realness. You can mix in some fakeness in there, but I need some realness.
Yeah, this is, again, the place we go to see next gen happen. Whereas that just hasn't happened to these other shows.
Bob, next gen is an ephemeral state that only people who already own a PS5 can perceive because everyone else spends their time debunking it.
Yes.
It's really funny.
It's really sad.
They're like, the SSD isn't real. And I'm like, yo, my version of Resident Evil 8 didn't have a load screen.
They didn't need it, so they didn't have it. I had to tell you about it, and you were confused.
I was like, what do you mean the other versions have a fucking low screen?
Yeah, it's like, where do you even put it? It doesn't make sense.
It's a picture. It's a picture. They have to see it for some amount of seconds while they play a bad mercenaries mode.
You know what? They don't have to do that. Nobody should have to do that.
Okay, let's go to Feel for his baby news because he only has two things. Feel.
Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town releases on PS4 and Xbox One on the 15th of October in Europe and the 26th of October in North America. I'm happy I can play that game on something now.
Yeah.
It's got cows in it.
Yeah. Really good
It
cow.
does.
We need 120 frames per second on this.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yes, we do. On every game ever made.
It's true. It makes everything feel better.
Also, El Shaddai's director says if the PC port sells well enough, he'll do a director's cut. And he explicitly apologized. He's like, guys, I know there's a bunch of stuff you wanted me to fix in this port. I had to buy the IP back from the publisher with my own money and then fund this port.
Wow.
So I didn't have the way to do that. But if you support it and give me any money, I'll find a way to do a director's cut.
Feel? I'm never going to play this game, but I might buy it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
For the
that's
fact
how
that
I
you
feel
brought
right now
your
also.
IP back.
yeah, that's the shit I respect.
Yeah, like that's...
God, who owned it? Was it Ignition?
I guess it was whoever published it.
Is Ignition alive?
I don't know.
Ignition fucking, I think, published Vampire Rain.
Yeah, for some reason I thought they published this, but I can't remember now.
Yeah, I think
Ignition was the developer.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
Oh.
think you're
Publisher
right.
is also Ignition. It was some.
Yeah.
It was some weird ass company.
Yeah.
Who did they get swallowed by? They must have gotten swallowed by somebody at some
The
point.
ocean.
I assume they all drained into THQ like everything does.
Oh, no!
No.
Optimistic view. I'm still going with the ocean.
Nickelodeon's dip shitto now coming with an HD remaster.
Apparently, Disney bought their parent company and then they got liquidated.
Oh.
So he either bought the sale. He either bought the sale and bought it in liquidation, or he hunted down whoever had it and was like, "Give me."
That's so fucking awful. It's random news that isn't gaming that is related to that. So people buying their IP or the rights to their IP back from the people who owned them originally. I recently stumbled upon the fact that the creator of Undergrads, the MTV cartoon from the mid to late aughts, bought the rights to make a movie back from MTV to kickstart the movie. Bob,
Yeah.
this Kickstarter happened like 3 or 4 years ago.
Whoa.
They're still doing updates.
What?
I went and watched the first live action video they did as an update, and they're like, hey guys, we just wanted to talk about how it's been going. There hasn't been much to talk about. It's really boring. Lots of delays due to contracts. By the way, there is no script for the movie.
Oh my God.
Oh, no!
There was a script for the movie, and it became a road trip movie, and I didn't like it because that's not what that series was. So then I came up with a new idea so that way you could see more characters from the original series again. Like the Dougler.
Man, they sure aren't going to look like undergrads by the time they make this movie.
It's
Dan, I have no idea what Undergrads is.
I'm tempted to just push this movie when it comes out directly into cursed content.
That's fair.
Dude, yes!
Any Kickstarter nightmare deserves that.
I feel like the amazing part, even outside of the Kickstarter nightmare element of it, right?
Uh-huh.
Is the part where it's an undergrad's movie, which is the least compliant mixture of solutions I've ever heard of. And KZ and Feel will be watching this without any context for what undergrads is, and that sounds delightful.
That does sound really good.
You're evil, but good. I support it.
Yeah, no, that's insane to just get dunked in there. So anyway, that was Dan's random what the fuck did I find?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I should bring up, they got the Skullgirls Umbrella came out.
Yes.
In beta.
Yes.
If you have
on
the
PC, right?
Yeah, on PC if you have the game, the season pass.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
Hell yeah.
They made it out in August, barely.
Yeah, 8 p.m. on the 31st.
They're still smoking.
They seem a lot like our podcasts.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, man, people think the podcast went up early because I got it done early. Turns out I finished it 10 minutes before when they normally go live. This is coincidental.
Those are the saddest because you always look dead.
It was fine this time. It was the other thing I was doing that was draining my soul out.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Hey, KZ, we're going to start your news from the bottom up.
Okay. Norman Reedus was doing an interview like earlier last week, and then it was talking about the Death Stranding director's cut, I guess, or that subject came up, and then he just said they're making another one.
Yeah, context. He's in South America doing something related to The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah. Oh, they were doing press cycles because the final season's like premiering in like a week or two or something like that.
Right?
Oh.
So it's so many layers of this wasn't supposed to be a platform to talk about Death Stranding, but then he just goes, yeah, we're doing negotiations for a new one.
Yeah,
and I'm just like,
he's like, a new one's happening. It's in negotiations, so yay. And it's like, one, I don't want to imagine you ever saying yay. And two, please do.
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Please slide that in my mouth.
And then the spirit of Dan Southworth left him now that he had leaked something.
Dude, I just imagine Kojima directing Dan Southworth.
Yeah, no, that would be incredible.
I'm just like, what do you even do in a sequel to Death Stranding? Honestly, I'm just like, I kind of expected something new. But
I could theory craft about a rebirth of the world, but that would really go into ending stuff.
yeah, and that's for Game of Premonitions.
Right, that and the director's cut's coming out soon, so people can, check that out if they've never played Death Stranding.
That game is strange and is a lot of fun, and there's like nothing like that specific thing for me. So like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that game's fantastic, and I played it on a base PS4 where the HDR was broken.
I'm so
that's
pumped for this director's cut.
That's how
Yeah.
good
So
this
it turns-
PS5 version is going to be.
So it turns out in Death Stranding 2, Norman Reedus goes to the spooky house and a bunch of stuff happens.
Oh no!
And he ends up in this scary town.
Where everyone's very quiet and there's a hill of some sort.
Oh man.
And there's a lot of fog.
And then he says, zoinks!
And there's a dude with a bathtub on his head. I don't really get it.
Guillermo del Toro's there, and he's a ghost.
And Junji Ito? What happened?
And Jeff Keighley, but he's a puppet?
Oh my god! Next up, we got Motohiro Okubo. This is the producer on Tekken 7, Soul Calibur 6. He was like the main face of Soul Calibur 6 also for like announcements and stuff. Has left Bandai Namco.
Oh, okay. I assume he was poached. Hey, Casey, jump to your first news bullet.
Oh, okay. He was probably poached because he said, I believe his like statement was just, I will now be working in a place in Shibuya as of the 31st.
Huh.
In other news, NetEase is in final negotiations to poach the Yakuza and Monkey Ball creator Toshihiro Nagoshi from Sega.
That's insane. He's like the main guy there.
He is.
I wonder if this makes it more or less likely that it'll go through now that it's out.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I saw a lot of talking about like years ago, he already like tapped and worked earlier talent to take over the main work of Yakuza. And I'm like, that's good. My hope, though, is he didn't take anybody with him. Because if it's like that, where it's like Kojima leaves the company and then brings all the good people with him, then it becomes a problem.
I don't know. I don't think that would happen so much with poaching.
Yeah, this isn't like an Exodus like we saw with Konami, where they're treating everyone horribly and everyone's desperate to leave.
Yeah, it becomes this worry of like how much do the other employees like really like this dude? They're like, I'm interested.
It might just be like from his perspective. He's like, okay, I got people who I think are good in all these positions in charge of every franchise I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Sega kind of doesn't want me to like make new things my own work because I'm like so up high up now. If NetEase wants to give me a bunch of money and be like, here's a team, make whatever the fuck you want, sure. I'm at the point in my career where that's, what I want.
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Yeah, position-wise, he actually stepped down from a higher role, like in the past year, where he was like much higher up in Sega, and then he just became like creative director of that studio.
Yeah, I think his credits on recent games has been executive director or something similar to that in phrasing.
But yeah, now he's like the creative lead like overseer of everything for the Yakuza studio.
Oh, I should say this. We should bring this up because it's probably going to influence a lot of news we're going to be covering in the next year or so. So China's cracking down on online gaming.
Oh yeah, that
minors can play for 3 hours a week.
And it's a 1 hour slot Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's looking like a lot of these things from like NetEase and the like are going to be like, we have to get into other markets.
Yeah, we need to make studios in Japan to make video games for a worldwide audience.
Oh, is El Shaddai actually launched?
Wait, did it?
Yeah,
today, I think.
Oh,
Oh my god,
shit.
I gotta go buy that.
Yeah, I've got people
Here,
I
yeah.
follow who are already playing.
Let me go Google that. El Shaddai. What the fuck do you mean? It's an Amy Grant song.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I seriously thought I would bring up the Steam game.
God damn it. Yeah, China's really cracking down on it. It was like 2 weeks ago when they're like, video games are an opium of the mind.
Yep, they're crazy.
Yep.
I really love. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Carmack. Where Carmack's like, yeah, everyone's a really big fan of authoritarian telling people what they can and cannot do for some fucking reason. Like, yeah. It's really fucking annoying. God. It was either him or Tim Sweeney. I think it was Carmack, though.
Just seeing random takes of like, oh man, I wish that American government would do that for my kids. Ha ha ha.
Learn to take care of your kids.
No,
government.
It takes 5 minutes to learn how parental controls on their Xbox works.
No.
Actually, it probably takes longer because Xbox is fucked. But it takes 5 minutes to learn on the Switch or the PS5.
That's true.
What did you... What were you saying?
No, he was going to say that I want the government to stay out of my life unless it's to babysit my kids because I'm a lazy piece of shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. God.
That's America. Fuck yeah.
Before we move on completely from it, Okubo leaving Namco is very sad because I feel like he was the one pushing for more Soul Calibur. So now I feel like Soul Calibur is just going to be dead forever again.
Probably.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt when they did that announcement where he's the guy who just asked the crowd, does your soul still burn? Similarly to the way of the old Street Fighter dude. Oh no. Where he tries to get people to Shoryuken.
Right.
Where I'm like, yeah, you're really keeping this going. Oh no.
Yeah.
It's
Soul Calibur
Tekken
6
town only.
sold pretty well, so it sold all right. So I could see them doing some more things with it.
Yeah,
It's possible, hopefully, but yeah, I don't know if the last season of DLC did that great, and then what if they base everything on that because they're insane?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it did well, and also I feel like in terms of like an esports perspective, I don't remember it at all, and even games I don't care about, I feel like I have some like memory of what they did, where it just kind of feels like it faded, not faded in the way Dead or Alive did.
Yeah, it hit the few events when it first came out, and it was fairly
weird,
big. But
it's weird because like there's a lot of games way bigger than Soul Calibur 6 that in esports wise that sold way less.
Yeah.
So with fighting games are in this weird place where it's like nobody really gives a shit about Mortal Kombat 11, but it sold, in terms of esports, but it sold like 100 times more than any fighting game ever made other than Smash.
Yeah. I do wonder. Maybe we'll find out when Harada says the franchise is dead in 2 years via a tweet.
The franchise is dead in 2 years, and our netcode is now worse. Petition your government for infrastructure.
Unfortunately, the budgeting for Melty Blood type Lumina is the reason that did so well.
I'm just going to say real quick, the launch discount for El Shaddai makes it so if you spend $2 extra, making it under $27, you get the art book and the soundtrack completely lossless and MP3 version.
I expect this to be $40, so I'm very happy with that.
I would want an art book because I saw screenshots of that game and went, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's really good. I bet you could print out giant cardboard standees of people from that game.
I need a giant cardboard standee of this Satan.
I might. If I don't make it 6'4" like my Susakichi one, maybe it won't be $200.
Yeah,
God.
He's 4'8". He's Tosh height.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about doing that for Neko Arc. Now they keep posting art, and I'm like, all right, give me one that's like 2'2".
You're like, I'm gonna need one that's exactly 1 inch taller than Tosh.
I keep seeing I'm seeing rumors that Neko Arc is not in the initial roster, and they're insane. What are they doing?
You're gonna buy it.
Yeah,
You're gonna buy it as DLC.
They better just like show me that DLC on day one. I will buy it.
That's their Bikin' Bob. They also revealed that a character that wasn't even in the last Melty Blood is in this.
Yeah, they did that. And I was
Yeah.
like, who are you? Hey, you're not in Melty Blood. What are you doing here? Get out.
Yeah, I watched footage of that game and I went, man, this is great. And what do you mean it's coming out at the end of this month?
Yeah, September's crazy.
September 30th.
Oh, one good thing about September though is like, oh no, I have to buy Tales of Arise.
In a
that's
week.
money, and then I'm like, oh wait, I bought it. I bought it 2 years ago when Amazon was like, we're gonna stop that thing where we give you $10 off new games because you're killing us. I'm like, okay, I'll buy every single game I intend to buy right
Nice.
now.
Very
Hell
nice.
yeah.
Very
Which is I'm also going to get Elden Ring.
Let's fucking go long dev cycles.
Jesus.
That's really good.
You want to talk about Elden Ring?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Seems relevant.
They did a closed preview where they showed people stuff, but they didn't release any of it publicly.
Oh, that's cool. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Dan's like, I gotta run.
I don't really know why. It's kind of weird. We can wait. All right, they did a closed preview for Elden Ring. Thankfully, they had some of the more psychotic people there that like got all of the information and like really dug into it. So I wrote a lot of the key stuff here. So we got an open world with 6 main areas. You have an actual map in this game, and you like collect pieces of it as you play.
Oh. Do you have to clear a tower to make that happen?
They didn't say anything about towers. It's just like you end up collecting it. So
Okay.
you can mark stuff. So it's like if you find like a real strong boss in the field or something, you can mark that for later. So that's exciting. And you've got your horse that you can summon that does big jumps. There are going to be platforms that you go up to that make you do the super horse jump to go across things.
That's going to be really janky and bad.
Yes, I know. I'm so excited for it. But maybe it's like super automated or whatever. So you can fast travel from anywhere on the map. You can just like hit a button and you'll just do it. There's no like go to the bonfire equivalent for this. It's only going to stop you if you're in a dungeon or you're mid-combat for, the obvious reasons. They went into something called Legacy Dungeons, which at first I thought was going to be like the Chalice Dungeon stuff in Bloodborne, but they're like, no, we're not randomly generating anything in this. These are Dark Souls areas. Like, you'll hit these dungeons and they're like the intricately designed levels with multiple ways to clear it. They talked about a castle one that was like toward the end of the trailer they did a couple of months ago.
Where you say Legacy Dungeon, I honestly expect to be like, yeah, and then you load up this level from Dark Souls 1.
That would be
somehow what is his fucking name, KZ?
Huh.
The Lancer.
Old Dragon Slayer?
No, Old Dragon Slayer, but his actual name that I can't remember.
I don't remember
Ornstein.
his name.
Ornstein.
Oh.
It's Ornstein. I'm like, you just walk into a room and Ornstein is there for no reason.
I was imagining it's like, sorry, you're doing the Shrine of Amana, but it's an Elden Ring.
Okay, that's where I drop the game and give it a 0.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
If you had said any other level, if you had said Blighttown, whatever, I can deal with Blighttown.
Gutter.
Whatever. Like,
yeah,
no.
No, you're right.
Shrine of Amana.
I feel like the Shrine of Amana in a game that feels like Dark Souls and not we have Dark Souls at home buffs that in some way.
As long as there's not guys shooting me from across the map with homing arrows, and also I have to stay on a path underwater or I fall into oblivion.
Yeah, it's rough.
Fuck that level.
Yeah, you're right. And then I was in pain going through that. But we got these legacy dungeons. These are like your traditional level that you'll go through. So in the open world, it's like, I'm going to hit up this place. And there's like different ways that you can enter it. They end with a cool boss. They said they're like one of the main attractions for the open world. In terms of gameplay, I was watching Fextra Life's coverage of this because they do the wikis for every Souls type game.
Yes,
Yeah.
they have the embedded Twitch stream, so that way it's like, yeah, all these people looking at these wiki pages are my viewers.
Yes, and it has worked tremendously for this guy.
Yeah,
And he's like, the gameplay is like Dark Souls 3, but with the addition of a revamped weapon art system, where that you could like hit a trigger and each weapon would have its own like specialized skill it could do. They've revamped that to make that a lot better, and that you can just put on whatever skill you want to a weapon.
Oh, that's good.
Instead of it being a weapon, they can do this. It's now choose what you want on that weapon, because for the most part, the only time I used it was with a great sword to use the weapon skill of, I have more poise. You can't hit me. You can't break me out of this big swing. So they've got that. They've added stealth, jumping, and more vertical level design. As well as like posture, that's going to be like an invisible meter that you can break through that'll make enemies fall down, and you can like open them up if you've like dealt enough damage. A lot of focus on giving more freedom in character builds, coming off of Sekiro, where you only had one weapon and it was just that. Like they wanted this to be a thing where you can actually be a spellcaster or be an entirely archer build for the entire game, which has me pretty excited.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah.
I'm willing to believe it a lot more because so many times these builds get sabotaged by their multiplayer stuff, which they're seemingly gutting more and more when people looked into it, because PvP is now locked to co-op only. So if you play solo, you will never get invaded ever. But they said it's not finalized yet, but it seems like that's possibly what they're going for.
I'd rather they just have like areas dedicated to PvP like they started doing. Like that, or maybe optional. Like I really liked the belfries in Dark Souls 2. It was like one of my favorite things in Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
Where you sign up and it's like, okay, put on this ring. This motherfucker's trying to get through this dungeon. Kill him.
Oh yeah.
If you do it, you get reward.
Go to the rat dungeon.
And it's in it. And it's an optional dungeon, so you don't even have to do it.
Oh yeah, they're bringing back the weapon type that was only in Dark Souls 2, the twin blades, the fucking Darth Maul sword. So that's gonna be in there as well. And if you're playing solo, you can summon a variety of different like spirits. And the way they described them is that shit in Neo, where you just summon like different animals and stuff to do like attacks and shit.
You know what's really fascinating? You know, this is going to be the second series that I sat there and I tried the very first of, and I said, "I'll wait 12 years." Except for I did that last year, apparently, when I played a PS3 game from 2009.
I was in the car with Bob while we were getting the delicious COVID fries going. Man, we really did Dan dirty when it's like, play this beautiful From remaster that is just that first game. Meanwhile, this one it's Dark Souls 3 with 4 other brand new mechanics from their newer games added on it. I'm like, there's jump attacks in this shit now?
Yeah, this seems delightful. This seems like something I'm legitimately interested in. I'm really glad, though, that my bet got it cleared, that this shit was not shipping last year at all.
Yes, that's true.
Succeeded, but I'm still down for a spoiler cast if you guys want to do it.
I'm totally down because I watched this preview coverage and started vibrating.
I'm like, hey, Aggro, you down? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, okay, you realize that means you're playing a 60 to 80 hour game in a week. And he goes, no.
I don't know. Sometimes Aggro's a sicko. It will get it done.
We'll just have to check his forehead to see if it says damaged that week.
I'll fucking crunch this shit because if it's as good as Dark Souls 3 was to me, I'll play it like 5 times.
Yeah, me leaving earlier was a bit, though. I have to say, like, I got to pet my cat. That was pretty cool.
Well, at least you got a big win.
Yeah,
Are you stuffy
huge
now?
win. I did kiss her, so yes.
We have to hurry.
Pretty soon I'm going to sound like this because my nose is all stuffed up. But everything I see and hear about this game is really fucking good.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't the voice, but was close enough to be like, he's going to Kuwabara mode. Oh no.
Hey, Kichi.
My fucking throat starts getting rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything looks really good.
I kissed my cat. Now I can't breathe.
Yeah. This really is like the culmination of like everything they've done, where they're like, every mechanic from Sekiro's in this, but it's a Dark Souls game, so you'll probably play it more.
Yeah, also the description of the structure of it is really what draws it to me.
Yeah.
That's a
me
lot
to
more
it.
interesting.
I think it's intellectually more fascinating than checking out Dark Souls.
Yeah, the way they described it, because they did a lot of Q&As with a lot of different people, was they wanted you to be able to play it very slowly if you wanted to, and like approach things any way you want, where it's like, you have sleep arrows now, and you can just do that and like stealth even big guys. So it's like, if you have an approach you want to do, you have a lot more freedom here than like the other ones, which makes sense for an approach for them after Sekiro, where they kind of want you to play basically one way that entire game, which I enjoyed, but never really wanted to do it again.
But yeah, I hope all of those mechanics are incredibly busted. I want to be able to cheese anything.
Yeah, I want to be able to play this game like 3 or 4 times, and each time it being completely different and feel like that. which would be swell. I'd like Magic to be good. That'd be fucking awesome.
FromSoft describing their mechanics. It's a delightful brie, aged to perfection, preserved at just the right temperature. Bob engaging with their mechanics. Ooh, cheese whiz.
Yes. Yeah, let's be fair. They make cheese whiz.
Oh yeah,
they
but
dress it up all fancy. They make cheese whiz.
God damn it. They absolutely 100%. They're fucking Totinos.
but Bob, this is aged to cheddar. Cheese whiz.
I see the sticker peeling off. Yeah.
That shit expired in 2009.
Oh, that makes it
You
vintage.
gotta buy some. You gotta buy some bugles to eat with the cheese with.
Oh shit.
Have you never done that? Easy cheese and bugles.
Are you? No.
I have not
That's
tried
the
that.
shit. You
Crazy.
stick you stick the nozzle into the bugle and put a little bit of cheese in it, and then eat it.
Yeah, it does sound really good.
Life changing.
I can't let that enter this house. KZ may kill himself.
Yes, absolutely. IGN asked.
I think you need to get some for your stream tomorrow.
I'm like, Bob's like, what happened? And I'm like, oh, KZ had a little baby roommate heart attack. And he's like, I'm pretty sure you just call that a heart attack.
It was a little baby one, so don't really worry about it.
It's fine. He only had to go to the hospital a little.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah,
it'll buff out. I'll just punch my chest enough. We won't have to go to the hospital.
Stream goal for Casey's hospital visit, $85,000.
He pounds himself in the chest like 3 times and sneezes, and out of one nostril comes blood and the other cheese whiz.
Oh, no.
He's like, I'm good. We're good. Now everything's fine.
So I had a small aneurysm when I listened to IGN's coverage, where they asked them, what is your main character's favorite band?
What?
From Software immediately responded with BTS.
Okay, 1, hilarious. Always a good defense. Just go for the meme pick because it's a shit question anyways. Second,
Yes.
was that Ryan McCaffrey? He normally does their interviews, and he's a really good interviewer.
It was not. It was just...
Okay, I was going to say, that would seem really weird for him to ask.
No, it was some other guy.
This tricked me up even more because when you were like on an IGN interview, and I remember the last one I watched from them when Ryan McCaffrey's like, did you let Xbox know you're making an Xbox portable?
Okay.
And Gabe Newell just goes,
Yeah, this was just the Q&A with all of press. So it's
Okay,
like, so it's like
all right,
30 or 40 different...
outlets.
Yeah, and like YouTubers are just like, this.
It's real bad when IGN gets to do those question videos and half the questions they have are just stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, but they're not even like good jokes. Like I
Yeah.
enjoyed Game Informer when they would do.
Oh
like,
yeah,
their-
Game Informer's way better at that.
Yeah, they did really good like rapid fire
Yeah.
type stuff. IGN's real weak, except that Suda one from like
That's-
2 years ago.
Yeah, that Suda one from 2 years ago where they ask him nothing but asinine questions is really, really good because they're like, who's your favorite rapper? And he says Eminem. And I'm like, I knew it. You stole that bass line in No More Heroes 1.
Jesus Christ, Dan.
You fucking sent him the goddamn song from Eminem and you said, do it. I want this.
Was IGN the one who was like, hey, Pokemon guys, this Pokemon based on Donald Trump?
Oh,
And everybody
God.
was like, what the fuck are you asking them?
Holy shit, you got me nauseous so fast.
All right, we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk about 2 event things that are slated this month. First up,
Oh my God. that's
THQ
terrible.
Nordic 10th anniversary showcase is happening on the 17th of September.
Wait,
Feature-
THQ Nordic 10th.
Yes.
Featuring 6 new game announcements. I guess this is the 10-year anniversary of them buying a bunch of shit.
That's insane.
Right.
It doesn't feel. Did it feel like 10 years to anyone else?
No, it did not. That's what confused me.
I spent
Yeah, I
the
don't
whole
know.
10 years in the hype cycle like it was year one.
Yeah, I guess 2011
Like, yeah.
is when everything fucking
Yeah,
went
was-
under for THQ.
Yeah.
Was Darksiders 2 2011?
Yes.
God.
I think
This is
so,
driving me
yeah.
nuts because I'm serious. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I'm doing a poor job, but I feel like I spent the entire 10 years in the new consoles launching hype phase for this company. I was just like, ooh, we're getting remasters. Ooh, are we going to get a new Red Faction? Maybe they'll announce a new Red Faction. They better announce like just multiple layers of like, oh, and that Biomutant game is going to be real good. 10 years in this mode. I am too optimistic. Jesus.
THQ Nordic really has been in that state of we're buying a bunch of things. We got a bunch of licenses. We're going to do something. Like
We've
they're doing-
remastered everything.
Yeah, things are moving constantly there.
You remember your Trapper Keeper from 9th grade? We remastered that shit.
Yes, it will be able to play the new Time Splitters. But yes, 6 new game announcements.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that could be 4 Nickelodeon remasters.
I'm going to be honest.
It's
It's probably 2 Biomutants, so I'm going to keep an eye out for that.
One of these is going to be a remake of TAC.
I'm going to fucking kill you.
Why are you getting mad at me? They own TAC. They still seem to consider TAC to be like a powerful IP for some
Do
reason.
they?
How about this, okay? This is how much I'm going to will his wish out of this world, Casey. I'm doing this for you.
Sure.
If they announce a remaster of Tech, Bob and I will play it for a remaster of KZ's price he charged.
Oh man! All right. Well, it was a 3-game package, so you'll have to cut my thing into a third, so that'll be $333.
Yeah, I'll be remastering that price.
You'll be remastering it.
It should be
to a
half
nice
because
$1,000.
It should be half because Vampire Rain was a bonus.
It will be in a higher definition, that price, with expanded dynamic range.
Oh man!
This isn't going to be an Activision remaster either. This is going to be one of those Square Enix remasters.
No, it's gonna be it's gonna be like
SpongeBob remaster where it plays
Yeah, it's gonna
basically
be that.
exactly the same. So it's like we have taken that tag game, and the only difference is it's in Unreal Engine 4.
Yep.
I was talking about the price.
Yeah, we're talking about like Saga Frontier.
Oh yeah, of course
price.
it'll be $40. They're remaking it.
I was talking about the price of Final Fantasy VII Remake and all the parts you have to buy.
Wait, we're cutting the stream into thirds?
No, but we're charging them as much as they would for all the games.
No way!
You have some really great ideas, and I will still feel bad for you while you're playing it.
So wait a second. Let me calculate this. Now, originally TAC came out at $50, but that was $50 in 2004. We account for inflation. We cut that into 3 and then quadruple the price. Yes.
You know the funniest shit is when I do my death streams for this month, and one of my goals is gonna be TAC 2.
I'm gonna puke because if this shit actually happens now, I'm like, I'm gonna have to listen to what shit I said I'd do.
Right.
You see, what's really fucked up is I based the probability of TAC coming back entirely on that Nickelodeon game.
Right.
Where I'm like, that is a Nickelodeon IP, and the data mines have come out, and he's not there. he's not there. The last 3 characters already fucking leaked it. It's not them.
Yeah, that's fair. There's no way TAC.
It's like, no.
Yeah.
TAC is not Cat from Cat Dog.
Or Powdered Toast Man.
No. I mean, Cat from Cat Dog isn't Powdered Toast Man. Powdered Toast Man is like a weird deity.
Yeah, that is true.
He's like the sort of deity that smotes you for looking at him the wrong way.
TAC is like Heifer but racist.
Yes.
So how many Darksiders games are going to be in the 6 games they announced?
More than I want.
We're getting 2 of that. Okay, we're getting 2 Darksiders games. We're getting 2 Biomutant-esque games. Okay?
Do you mean a new IP
mean
or
a
something
new-
that's tied to Biomutant?
I mean a new IP that's real ambitious.
Okay.
Oh, like that tier and not like
Not
Biomutant itself.
not Biomutant 2. That's
also,
not fucking happening.
we're gonna get Darksiders Genesis 2.
Probably.
Maybe.
That feels like something that's going to happen.
Yeah, that seems
Unless
super
the
safe.
developers are too busy because now they're making League of Legends shit.
Oh, okay.
Weird. Okay.
Because they're making that League of Legends normal RPG Ruined King.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you spend 20 minutes talking about THQ Nordiq announcing a conference. KZ?
Okay, we'll go faster on this one. Tokyo Game Show 2021 shows off its schedule featuring special shows from Square Enix,
Cool.
Arc System Works,
Could be good.
Sega and Atlas,
Awesome.
and
Okay.
Microsoft because they want to be funny and they have promised exclusive content.
God, why would they do this?
They said exclusive content on their promotion.
They did.
What the fuck does that mean?
I
What
don't
could
know.
you
Last year was
possibly be
great.
showing?
Last year was so great for you
I-
'cause Phil Spencer came out and said, Konnichiwa, Exubaksu,
There's-
Phil Des.
They're gonna show fucking a Halo armor with Hatsune Miku on it, and that'll be the exclusive content they were talking about.
What's the name of that Tokyo game Bethesda is making?
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah,
What's the name
Ghostwire
of the
Tokyo.
former director of that?
Ikumi Nakamura.
Yeah, Ikumi Nakamura will announce a Microsoft exclusive via CG trailer, aiming for the stars.
Even though she said that
Uh-huh.
her studio is tiny and they want to make something small and funny.
Microsoft.
I know.
They said that, but then they're going to announce that Microsoft has bought them now.
Phil Spencer's like, I married Ikumi Nakamura.
I don't think.
I'm
I
also
don't think
libertarian
Microsoft.
Oh no.
Oh.
This is the worst meme.
I'm sorry, but you kicked the fucking boulder.
It's gonna see. She doesn't have enough washed up energy to be owned by Microsoft. I feel like they're gonna go with Oatmeal Cookie or
Stop calling him oatmeal cookie.
I forget what that man's name is.
Itagaki, he wants them to buy him so bad that they won't.
I mean, he practically
feel
rolled
like-
up on Phil Spencer and sang him Santa Baby.
Yes.
Yeah, Devil's Third
I feel
remaster
like-
from a fucking
Oh
padded
man,
room.
THQ needs to get that. I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Oh, in a heartbeat. $60 on the spot.
Yeah, make that game run
Dude, I
60,
need
put
that.
it on PS5.
The dude from Devil's Thirds and Vampire Rain, he's like the first boss.
So we've recorded a Giving Games a Chance that'll never see the light of day because of technical problems, and it's the saddest thing in the world because that game is like if Sweary made an action game.
Yeah, it's pure gold.
It is pure fucking gold. That was the funniest Giving Games a Chance we ever recorded, and then it disappeared.
I haven't seen that. You should death stream it. I'll just be there.
No, I need aggro for Giving Games a Chance.
Oh, okay.
It's too beautiful.
We should go all the way through it at some point though, because oh my
Yeah,
god.
we'll continue it on the Death Stream.
Yeah.
We do that.
I'm excited for TGS stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited for their marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's move on.
TGS is always fun.
Yeah. Happy fun. Let's see. I got a couple things left here. Marvel's Midnight Suns, which was announced last week, has more info. You create your own character. You're the child of the main villain Lilith, who I don't know, some person from hell.
She's original. She's a new villain.
She's from
character.
Darkstalkers.
Oh, okay. Well, sounds good. You group up with, as they said, iconic characters from the Avengers, X-Men, and Runaways.
What's Runaways?
I don't know what
That's
that
not
is.
iconic.
Okay, so Runaways was a comic they made in the aughts that was supposed to be like the youth. It was them wanting to bring in more younger audience and have like a more anime sort of aesthetic thing. It was really good for like 30 issues. Then they're like, "Hey, Joss Whedon, can you write an issue of Runaways?" And he took 9 months to write one issue, and it basically killed the book.
I swear to God, when you described it at first, I'm like, that is some real cringe shit. I don't want to listen to the rest of this. And then you said the worst thing possible in this headspace.
That it's like Joss Whedon, and then
there's
creepy things happen to every female character.
There's a TV show that has like 8 seasons.
Oh,
God,
okay.
yeah, this looks like fake. I'm looking at it right now. It's on Hulu.
Ooh.
Yeah, all those Marvel Hulu shows just fell through the core of the earth. Like, I've never met a single human being who has watched any of
Yeah,
them.
I've never seen a single tweet about this.
Am I the only person who hates this fucking name, Midnight Suns? Am I the only?
It's not good.
I
Yeah,
can't
it's
hear
weird.
it without thinking of Black Hole Sun. So every time anyone says it, I just go in my eyes and nothing else. Every
And then
time.
you're just looking at Wolverine.
I'm stun locked staring at Wolverine, thinking of that and Rock Band 1.
Meanwhile, I'm stun locked because it's got a 3-man squad gameplay, team up attacks, positioning, that XCOM style stuff. But then they're like, yo, card-based combat, though. They're all cards.
Yeah, it's not going to step to Metal Gear Acid.
Yeah, it really won't. That's like the best card-based combat in a tactics game there is.
Yeah, exactly. Good luck.
Yeah. Please, why is it even like this?
Yeah, the card thing just feels like a lot of people associate combat with cards now, so we'll make it cards. When I'm like, you could just make it a button.
Yeah, it comes off to me as like we want to make it like, I don't know. It's like the casual people like cards more than buttons.
Yeah, which
Or maybe
is weird.
it's so you can't just repeatedly have Doctor Strange throw everybody into explosive barrels like they show in the trailer. It's like, no, you didn't draw that card. You have to do something else now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fewer choices, I guess.
Yeah.
A third option, they were like, is this going to be a real game or mobile? And they couldn't decide until like halfway through development. So has weird mobile aspects.
They're like, this will make it scalable.
Oh, God.
You've got an explorable hub where you can do hangout, do social stuff with the other characters because you all like live in like this big mansion or whatever, this hell mansion. But it's got like, it feels like it's got the crypt for Mortal Kombat in it, where they're like going in the basement and opening chests and shit, and then doing the danger room and doing like other combat related stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. And that one, it's not like a tactics thing. You're just like free roaming in third person. Yeah, it's coming out in March. It looked okay.
Did it?
Yeah.
I see Wolverine's face.
I don't know. I'm down with XCOM style gameplay, and the idea of that with superheroes seems hilarious.
Okay, Wolverine, walk 3 squares and slice them.
Okay, Blade, walk 2 steps and open your eyes.
God.
And my last piece of news is there's a Dead Space Remake dev stream this week where EA Motive were excited to show this game off. They recently did Star Wars Battlefront 2 story mode. They did Star Wars Squadrons. I had learned through Games Media narrating what Motive did was they were a Jade Raymond studio meant to make new IPs for EA, and then that got canceled. And then they were thrown into the Star Wars mines until now.
Yeah. It's really fun how we took turns shitting up a whole gen, isn't it? Japan first. Odd.
A lot of the remake they showed was being built using layouts from the original, but with more detail. So it's like the Demon Souls remake. That's how they were able to, because they've been less than a year of dev, and then they already like showed areas that they were walking through that looked like done, or at least decent looking. Various comparison shots were shown of different stuff, gameplay video demonstrations of like the dismemberment stuff of like shooting the enemies, chopping pieces off, showing that every single they have a different model for each type of dismemberment, so it's like they will look different and very detailed. Concept art, all that stuff. They showed a lot more than I was expecting. It like felt like they actually have gotten some stuff done, as opposed to Skate, where they're like, our studio will be established in 6 months. Isaac's original voice actor is returning. Then they put up a slide saying Isaac will only speak when spoken to. We promise that he will not quip. He will not be chatting all the time. And also a lot of times of just them saying over and over again that we won't fuck this up. We promise. We're gonna make it.
It's so funny they even have to say he's back. It's like all Isaac's voice is good for is screaming while he stomps.
Yes.
And more like urgh.
He goes, "Urgh."
Does he talk a lot in like 2 or something?
Who knows?
I think in the later ones he does. I think
Yeah,
that's one
he
of
talks a lot in 2. I
core
actually kind of like him talking in 2 because in 2 he's like a real character and his personality is entirely fuck this shit, fuck all that shit, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he's perpetually in Leon screaming "fuck this" when Mr. X breaks through at the end.
Yeah.
That's him all of Dead Space 2.
I need to play 2.
Is 2 the one with the eyeball thing? Because I know what I think Dead Space is the one where it's just like, do this quick time of error, the needle goes in your eyeball.
I don't remember.
I don't even know if this is Dead Space or not. I'm pretty sure it is though.
Dead Space 2 is just like, yeah, we're trying as hard as we can to make something as good as Resident Evil 4.
Okay. With this, they were also saying that a big focus was like integrating this with like some of the like story and lore stuff that was in like, I guess 2, and maybe like extended media afterward, and like building out the universe a bit more, I guess, so that they don't hit the third game of these remakes and go, it's a co-op action game now that is forgotten immediately.
Yeah, with something like after this, we just go on to new games and don't try and remake anything, because...
Yeah, it's like their version of Dead Space 2 is not Dead Space 2, but is Dead Space 2.
Yeah.
That feels almost guaranteed where this is like a do-over.
Yeah.
which is why I'm gonna say this now, because I 100% think this is what's gonna happen, because this is about Mass Effect, it's about Dead Space, by the way. But it's an EA thing.
Right.
It's an EA thing, so it's an EA thing.
He turned around the car.
Mass Effect 4 will start with the ending of 3, except different. It will be like Symphony of the Night.
God.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that would be funny. But also go ahead, do that.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I want people, every company, not companies. Companies seem to have a pretty good grasp on this, but people in the media like to pretend that fans never forgive, and that isn't really true at all. All you have to do to get everybody on your side again is be like, we know we made a bad game. We're going to try to make this one more like the ones you like.
Yeah.
And almost everybody will get over it.
Yeah, just read the fucking room. Don't double down and be an asshole.
Right? Like, that's all it takes.
And yet so few companies are capable of doing that.
Yeah.
Like, man, the DMC's terrible. Nobody gives a shit anymore. We have DMC 5.
The DMC people care about.
How many quotation marks do we have around people?
Well, that's our news segment, but I have a last minute addition.
Ooh.
Curry the Kid, director of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, Aree of Sorrow, Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, and Order of Ecclesia, among other things, has worked on many Castlevania games, is doing a Reddit AMA right now.
Ooh.
Shutaro. People asked him some questions, so I'm going to read one question that was asked twice. It got 2 different responses.
Okay.
What did you think of the Netflix adaptation of Castlevania, if you've seen it? They ask some other thing that's not terribly relevant. So I'm going to read his response. I actually invited Igas on and did a viewing of season 1. Though I did enjoy watching it, Igas and I discussed how Alucard's personality was pretty different. Also felt that Hector was being poorly treated to me, and I felt bad for him a little.
A little.
Yes. Then someone else asked that. I like this answer more. I'm a huge fan of Castlevania series on Netflix. On that note, have you watched the show? And 2, do you think it captured the feel and aesthetic of the Castlevania series of games? This is his fucking response. I shit you not. I invited Igas and watched it together, but Igas won't watch the 5th season of JoJo with me. Lol. Yeah, I think they might like JoJo's over.
No, they obviously hate it.
Yeah.
Listen to that. He wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, Igas is just like, stop shoving these JoJo memes into our fucking games. We get it. He stops time and throws daggers at you in front of a watchtower.
He's like, you can't show this to me because when you turn in, and I realize our super boss for Bloodstained 2 is just King Crimson.
Oh, could you imagine?
I'm trying to imagine how you turn that into a boss fight.
It would be unbelievably cool as shit, and then people would play and go, "Wow." Turns towards camera. It was that easy, Araki. It was like, yo, I thought Dan liked you. Fuck this guy. Oh man, but yeah, there's some other interesting, good questions in here. But I just thought that was fucking hilarious to be like, you will watch fifth season of JoJo with me. Why is he so mean?
You'll come and watch the show about the IP we kept alive for 20 years, but you won't watch JoJo.
Why won't you watch JoJo with me?
There's also stuff in here about, Ritual of the Night was supposed to have an Aqua boss, but we had to cut it, even though we even recorded a voice line that clued into that. Yeah, that makes sense. That area is one of the only transitionary areas in the game with no boss.
You're right. I want to imagine fighting a boss with a swimming fucking...
Yeah, with a fucking nightmare. No wonder it was cut. Also, he takes this opportunity again to lament that he didn't get Hammer in for Julius mode in Dawn of Sorrow. He really wanted to.
Oh, that is sad.
He was like, yeah, but then I kept drawing and it seemed like my wrist was going to give out, so I had to give up. But yeah, no, it's really good. It's a really good AMA. I'm looking forward to him hopefully answering my question. Probably won't, but answering these other questions would also be good.
What's your question?
I don't know. Don't ask.
What's your question?
What do you consider the hardest part of making a game? What was the hardest part of making Bloodstain? I want to hear the water part.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds fair.
Also, I feel like they, Curry the Kid has a good sense of humor. I feel like they might say something completely asinine.
The food quest.
Right. See, anything like that would be unbelievably funny. Then finding new places to shove in JoJo's reference.
It's really hard because I refuse to watch them until I watch them with Egason.
It's really hard because, to be frank, we've stolen all the iconic villains. We're just going to start taking things from like the season 3 at random.
They're like, thank God part 8 finally ended like this month.
You walk into a boss room in Bloodstained 2 and there's just a car with a big muscly arm poking out.
That would be really good. Yep.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that was just like an enemy that's in one hallway and there's no explanation.
I still need to look into it, but that guy who does cool slow-mo combo vids on Twitter.
Yeah, Sunni Legend.
Yeah.
Yes. He put up a video where, for people who don't know, in Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, if you just keep holding the up button, Miriam will just start JoJo's posing.
Yes.
Like, it's really good. He did the slow-mo, the world shit you get at the end of the game. And then he started doing that pose, and the moment she strikes the pose, the enemy starts taking shitloads of damage, and I'm like, excuse me?
Yep.
Is there something off screen doing the damage, or did they seriously put that as a mechanic into I'm losing it, I need to go check. Anyway, that's the news.
Yeah.
We just started playing Sly games. Sly games will continue until there are no more Sly games.
Yeah.
Also, we're trying to hit our stream goal of Metroid month.
Yeah.
Because we want to be ready in time for Metroid Dread. And our Metroid month includes all of the games in the original chronology, including remakes. So that's Metroid 1, Zero Mission, Fusion, all 3 versions of Metroid 2, including the fan one, Super Metroid, Metroid Other M, and I think did I miss one?
I think that's all of them.
I think that's all of them.
The classic Metroid month really weird when it has fucking Other M in it.
It's part of the original chronology.
And that is the thing that makes you go, oh man, Other M, fuck.
Yeah, that really adds into it. Isn't it really cool that Nintendo's marketing a Metroid game?
Yeah, it's really cool. And they
like-
put out a trailer that made everyone excited except for people who weren't going to buy it anyways.
I watched that. That was a good trailer, and I started getting excited. And I barely like Metroid that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they've been putting out artwork that's higher quality than we've ever seen before.
I saw Nintendo fans complaining that they're marketing it too much, which means we finally hit it. Metroid's getting marketed like a normal video game.
Yeah.
That's insane. I don't know what's wrong with people.
I think there's a contingency of the Metroid fan base who literally doesn't want anything.
Oh no, these
different.
are just people that want a Breath of the Wild 2 trailer.
Oh,
okay.
Those are just psychopaths.
Yeah, I know.
I don't. We just had one.
Dude, those are the Nintendo equivalent of the Rippers.
Okay, Phil, what are you doing?
I'm streaming more AI. The Somnium files will continue until either I or Ichikoshi is dead.
We're also probably going to stream that Sony event.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
I don't know.
Probably.
Good.
I mean, for fuck's sake, we did the
Probably.
Microsoft
Yeah, we did the Microsoft
Fuck
one.
that.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah, that would be fucked up.
Yeah, it would. That would genuinely be fucked up.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna leave now.
Okay, cool.
Bye. I'm leaving.
Oh, thank God he's gone. Hey, Bob, you gonna join me for my recording of a Scott Pilgrim commentary track?
Absolutely not.
Here we go. I'll just turn it on right now. Did you know Scott Pilgrim only drinks Coke Zero? It's because he's the 0th X. Did you know he has an X-Men badge on his outfit because it has an X on it because he's an X?
Can I leave, Dan?
No, you must stay the whole time.
No.
Leave.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Big Think Dimension. If you would like to support us, head on over to www.patreon.com/gbpodcast, where you can get extra podcasts and early access to our anime podcast, Chugging Bleach and Mondo Cool. Head on over there and become a $5 backer or a podlord today.
This month's GigaBoots executive producers are Esme, E. Lee Broyles, Starfalcon, Spaceman Spiff, Red Blaze 27, Brendan O'Sullivan, Dobo Muito Real, Ace Gundam Pilot Adam Admar, Cooper Tank, Zilter, and Virmvarn. Thank you very much to our executive producers. And also these gamers. If you want to be a gamer or ascend to God Kinghood, then head on over to patreon.com/gigaboots today.